Dr. Phillips, you know.
It didn't help.
And I like going to Apocalypse school where I learn arts and crafts and how to make the stinger less choppy. But that's forbidden knowledge that will no. Anyways, in this 3-hour thesis, I will explain how to delay starting a D&D game while one second. While one of the first things you need to do if you want to delay a D&D game is not have anyone specifically Regan do a recap of the last session. So what I must not under any circumstances say is, Regan, what happened last time?
All right, so what happened last time? It's dear God, I'm so happy we're playing today. Oh my God. So what happened last time? We were separated due to the apocalypse ball. That's what it's called. Destructo disc thing. Can't remember the name right now. Orb of Destruction. Is that it? I'm sure that's what it is. That went off because I can't remember. I'm not looking at my notes. I should look at my notes. But yo, we killed the last. Listen, bitch. We killed the last initiates of the air cult and their priest dude. Regan hecked him up real good, I believe, with Blight, and it was pretty sexy. But the Orb of Destruction had already been unleashed, so Kyra and Regan were getting like pelted with debris and shit, so they found a cave to hide in before they got knocked to 0 HP because we're pretty fucked up. And the other side of the group, including Yuri and Oz, our wonderful little kobold who I've decided I've adopted in my mind. I love them. They were taking shelter elsewhere. We waited for the storm to subside, then we reconnected, and then we decided, oh snap, it's not raining, but what's happening? Oh shit, the water isn't touching Krusk because he's Apocalypse Boy.
He is Apocalypse Boy.
He's the Prince of the Apocalypse, and he's having weird reactions.
I'm Dr. Apocalypse now.
He's the princess.
He is the prince now.
Dr. Apocalypse is his dad.
That's incredible. So we realized, oh shit, the water is not touching Krusk. And he, in talking to Regan, he realized that he can actually control it. And she's like, hey, champ, you can call me mom if you don't use your weird apocalypse and powers. And he's like, okay, mother. And Regan immediately regretted all of her choices ever. We went back to Red Larch, where we met up with Regan's dad, he's become a weird bushman while being out of the bush.
One of them bushmen, if you will.
Before he was a normal bushman.
That's true.
And now he's a weird bushman.
He's intoxicated by these city folk.
We call them plantmen around where.
Plantmen.
Show. It's only funny to us.
Yeah.
And then we were like, okay, cool, we're gonna go into the inn. And that's a thing. Krusk, I don't remember at what point he tripped or was thrown out the door. I don't remember, but he accidentally used like wind abilities and like caught himself before he was face first in the dirt. And while he was outside the inn, some old dude ran and was bloody and had like an arrow sticking out of him. And he's like, hey, yo, Westbridge. This is exactly how he said it, by the way. He's like, hey, yo, Westbridge. Fucked up.
Just fucked.
Shit's fucked, bro. So there's attacks or something happening there? I don't really remember. The DM can correct me and tell me why I'm incorrect in thinking this.
He passed out when you guys removed the arrow from his back. So currently, you know that something's going on there. He did indicate that it was under attack.
Yeah, cool. And that's what happened.
Hooray.
All right. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We will see you.
No!
Yeah. We return to the party. It is still quite late, as you guys took most of the day to return back to the city. What would any of you like to immediately do? Krusk, you would have just brought them in, I believe is what you were doing last time. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
I believe so.
So the rest of you would have heard a small commotion outside, and then Krusk would have entered. I know one of you aided because you would have came out to help heal while removing the arrow. Or was that just you, Krusk?
I think Krusk did
It was
that.
just
right?
Krusk.
It's just you? Okay, so yeah. So Krusk comes in carrying a...
I was outside watching. I came in though.
Hell yeah. Comes in carrying a unconscious adult male, and in one of his hands he's holding the quite heavy shaft of a war arrow.
Oh, what the hell happened?
What's going
Where'd
on?
you get that?
Wait,
No, I
that?
found him like this.
Like, the whole situation he's holding.
Yeah, I found him. He came up to me with this arrow in him. And just toss it away. And he said, "There's trouble in Westbridge."
Oh, that's what happened.
That looks like a lot more than just normal trouble. Did he give you any other information?
No, he kind of knocked out as soon as I healed him.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
If you're familiar with the area, Krusk, you would know Westbridge is a couple days away by general means of travel. So this guy would have been running for a long time with that arrow.
Aaron,
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Aaron,
He had to have been running for a while.
Yes, Casper?
that's what my thing is, isn't it?
You believe it to be in that direction, yes.
Yeah, he didn't give me any other information besides there's trouble in Westbridge.
He was attacked by people. The town seemed to be acting crazy. And that was the most you really got out of them. They didn't have a lot left in them by the time they collapsed.
Okay. Yeah, he said he was attacked, and the townspeople are weird, or something.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all the info he gave me. I don't know.
They're weird.
Mhm.
That's kind of a heavy-duty arrow for just a scuffle. Sounds like something pretty serious happened there.
Mhm.
If the people are acting weird, maybe they're turning on each other. It might have something to do with these cults.
Does this
Yeah,
sound
we're-
familiar at all to you, Yuri?
Outside of, I mean, it could be a lot of things. The cults have plenty of things that could affect the mind. You guys have encountered some of them already, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's not.
But-
It can't be. I'd be shocked if it was unconnected to these cults. Honestly.
It's true. They're all over the valley. I haven't been up north in a while. I can't imagine what some of the other towns must look like.
We have kicked the nest. I wouldn't expect them not to do that type of stuff when they're pissed.
I think they do it regardless.
Mm.
A lot of them are cut off from each other occasionally. They operate in cells sometimes.
And you said your thing was off in that direction, right? Looks over to Casper.
Oh yeah, that's that. I believe it's there was a lady off in Westbridge. Yeah, that's what I think. That's how I remember it.
There's a lady in Westbridge?
Yeah, all right. So there's this lady, and she's like a human or an elf or whatever. And she has glasses. She has glasses, spectacles.
Dear
I heard
God.
that they're called sometimes.
That's pretty
And
pretty good. Okay.
yeah, and that's we'll find her.
Blonde woman with glasses, that's a start. And glasses aren't super common.
Exactly, and we'll get there, and you don't think they're
Connected?
you don't think they're going crazy because they tried to use my thing, do you?
Oh,
What?
You might want to drop the vague language.
Oh,
I think
I'm
they
not
drew
trying to
from
be
your
vague.
deck.
Oh, I've just been calling it my thing for so long.
You already
It's
told us what it is.
We already
yeah.
know what
I'm
it
not
is.
trying to be vague. I'm just
For,
it's the deck
context,
of
Fury,
the deck of
this
many
deck of-
things.
Yeah, deck of a lot of things.
So
or
many
whatever.
syllables with that.
Oh. Yeah, that could do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Would-
depends. Yeah.
I guess the cults might. Oh, I don't like that thought.
I don't like the idea of their getting their hands on it.
Yeah.
From what little you've told us, shit, that thing.
Well, it's gonna be a lot easier to track down the cult if they have my thing instead of some random lady. Although I do agree, we should, if it has anything to do with it, I'm sorry.
It's
Good. Can I pick up the arrow and look at the war arrow? I know Krusk kind of dropped it, but just to see if there's any who knows? Maybe what if it's
Sure.
a blue arrow? That would be pretty obvious.
Roll me investigation.
Oh
Have to have
boy.
this weird
What
root-
if they wrote the names of all of their leaders and their mission statement on the arrow shaft? We won't know
That'd be
until
kinda
we
metal.
check.
It's an arrow.
With
Really
an
in
8,
favor.
as you inspect it, you don't make out any fine details. You're no Fletcher. You don't particularly use a bow a lot. You do notice that the fletching on this does seem roughshod. Just at a glance, like even a layperson when it comes to archery would say these arrows aren't exactly the highest of quality.
Not the highest standard of arrows.
You also notice
It was
immediately
Limerick.
that the arrowhead itself is not made of any metal; it's made of stone.
Oh.
The
Hmm.
fuck?
I mean, that's...
It's got like a
Hmm.
stone thing. Is it like pointed like an arrowhead, or is it
Yeah, it's
just...
pointed like an arrowhead. It's just a stone
Oh,
arrow.
okay. See, I thought you just had like a pebble glued on
just,
the
like,
end.
just like a rock on the end of a stick.
I've got a rock.
That would be one hell of a bow arm to get that
Oh.
into someone's body.
Yeah.
You
Ouch.
gotta be ripped.
Well, this looked like it at least hurt.
Yeah, you would also notice, given that you didn't see it get pulled out, the back end of it has been crudely formed into almost barbs.
Oh,
Oh.
Goodness.
Was that bit
That's
in
meant to hurt
the
on
was
the
that
way
bit
out.
in the skin of the person, or was that bit just like
Yes, when you pull
Ooh.
it out, it'd be quite painful.
DM
I
Summer!
wonder if they
DM
can
Summer!
do that with swords and stuff.
DM Summer!
Yes, excited dwarf.
Oh,
Puppies.
it's a stone. Can I look at it and see if it was made like through like any sort of way?
I never said you
your
could look
stone
at
cunning?
it. No, you
Yeah.
can't.
All he just needs to see
I
it.
love
for
the way
stone cutting
everyone
dwarf.
word things here. Oh, can I check if it was made in a way?
Like
Was it crafted by a method?
We don't want to ask you to roll investigation, Logan. We're trying to buzzer
I
words.
like
Because
the
of my
wording. I'm
heritage.
not saying to stop.
Because of my heritage of rocks.
But you pointed it out.
I sure did.
Now I'm going to care about it.
Well, then care
Right,
about it. I don't
was
care.
made in a way.
Because my
Was it?
family's stony beginning.
Your stone cutting wouldn't tell you too much here about the method of crafting. You do notice it looks oddly smooth for a rock arrowhead, which normally you kind of have to bash and shatter out. It is, at a glance, as a dwarf, you would know it is made of flint.
Flint.
Oh.
This was something. This was something. This is really smooth for some kind of job like this to just waste and throw at someone.
What's
If you're gonna make something like this, you're gonna be a great
Like-
craftsman or some kind of a magician or something.
Gold and stuff.
magician.
Maxine,
Yeah, one of them
Well,
magicians.
What is it made of?
Oh, it's
Maxine's
made
just
of flint.
gonna.
Thank you. That is all I needed to know.
You could
Maxine-
strike this on the
Snapping.
ground and maybe start a fire.
That's what it.
Hmm.
It's made of. That's.
Maxine's gonna hand over the arrow to Kyra, who she identifies as the smartest person in the group.
She is.
Can you just do your thing?
I
Look with your special eyes, Kyra.
Sure.
What about my special
What am
eyes?
I don't.
What are we
Are
looking
you wanting
for?
her to like identify it or?
Well, if it's
Maxine, don't
flint,
trust me.
It could just be made of flint because
looks behind.
that may
sticks her
just
tongue
be
out.
a stone that they had available to make it out of.
But
It's
if
true.
Wouldn't the fire cult like? I know they
It's-
can cast.
Well, I
but,
mean-
like,
I mean,
if they were
it's
exploding
possible.
stuff, like you could explode stuff with these type of arrows.
If
'Cause
you,
if they hit
you'd
stuff,
have
it
to.
causes
I mean, flint
fire.
can cause a spark, but it's not like it doesn't explode when it hits things.
No.
Audrey says
Well, we're-
correct about that. Here he
We're
pipes in.
seeing one we're seeing one that's hit a person.
Yeah, I have a
mean-
strong suspicion that it is likely just made of flint because whoever made it probably has access to a lot of flint.
Lucky he wasn't wearing any dry
Possibly.
leaves or any sort of.
I mean,
Which-
stone isn't very good to make arrowheads out of in general, but if you have a lot of stone to work with, you'll make stuff out of stone.
Generally,
whoever made
arrowheads
this-
are made of more brittle stone because it's easier to fragment into small, sharp pieces.
Yeah,
Flint
whoever made
would
this,
fit
they
the
made it
description.
I don't-
strong and round.
I mean, I'm not trying to discourage
You-
investigation or anything, but I don't think that this arrow necessarily holds any greater mysteries. It's probably just
Yeah.
an arrow used by people who need arrows.
But you're
Oh, worth
also
a
right. I
thought.
guess a skilled enough archer could potentially start a fire with it, but you
Yeah.
need
If the right materials
need-
are around.
quite the setup to do it.
You need to have some kind of combustible material upon another material that the flint would spark with when it strikes. It can be done. It's just, it seems like it'd be
If we're
easier
to-
to ignite an arrow and fire it.
Yeah. If we're to associate the material
if you're
used to
trying to
make it
blow up
with
the
a group
person
of
or not.
people, I'd guess either fire or earth cult, just because they might be the ones most likely to have access to this. But we can't prove that.
My gut says
Yeah,
earth.
we like murdered.
Okay, my gut
Adamantine, so
says
let's-
That's why I
earth,
gave you
but
the arrow.
I'm gonna Aji's gonna try to remember. At any point encountering any of the Earth Boys when we invaded their home and killed them all like heroes, did we notice that any of them had ammunition that was made of stone?
You actually never really ran into many that used arrows. So it's entirely possible. The ones you fought often were clad in that mud armor of theirs. And then others seem to be using magic on you.
And we haven't really bumped into the fire ones yet, so they're a big mystery.
No.
Of course, we're okay. So it's probably the cults, but it could also be bandits.
It's true. The region's been destabilized by the cults, so more and more criminals have been popping up here and there. Opportunists trying to take what they can before things get worse.
If we want to go,
They're
and
trying to steal the thing that I tried to steal that was mine?
they may just be trying to steal. Full stop.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
Yeah.
might
I
be
don't.
out.
There's a certain level to which that attacks on towns and whatnot like this, they're just kind of things that happen sometimes. That
Yeah.
that said, if we want to help them out
Yeah.
and look for your thing, we should like get there.
I
I agree. I agree.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go kill some people. Some people who are possibly related to our enemies.
We have been walking all day. We should probably get our rest for the night. Westbridge
Yes.
is still a day and a half, 2 days off anyways.
Yeah,
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
No offense, Yuri, but you look like hell.
I couldn't keep up. Honestly, if you wanted to leave now, you guys could maybe push through, but I definitely wouldn't be able to keep up.
Well, we should rest, but at the same time, it might be better for you to collect your energy as well.
Yeah.
I take your time following after us.
Oh, we could go
I mean,
deal with
that's
this, then
just-
come back.
Oh, that's true.
Oz and I could help here with the repairs and
Yeah.
get
Oh.
my breath back.
And keep a certain father of mine out of trouble?
I can keep an
She'll-
eye on him.
Ah.
She'll eye her dad like fucking watching you.
You see him about 15
Okay.
feet off with a big flag and a veil. He's not paying attention right now.
Why has he become some kind of nomad man since last we encountered him? He's some
Because he
sort of
doesn't-
wild adventurer now.
Because he doesn't have my mother to keep him in check.
Oh.
I'm glad
If ever
Grandpa
you
could find
see-
some way to.
He seems to be shaving less.
Lost.
Regan.
Let's hope he doesn't
Uh-huh.
drop the no.
Growing
and
in a
just-
little bit. Like it's at that stage where it's not a distinguished beard, it's just scruffy.
Let's hope he
Oh.
doesn't drop the no and just become a madman.
Does
Nah.
anyone have any shaving equipment?
Shaving equipment.
I've got like scissors.
Good. Pass him over, please.
Passes
Maxwell.
2 swords.
No.
Max will pass the scissors, I guess.
Yep. Regan's gonna take them and go walk over to her dad and just like sit herself on the table in front of him.
Oh,
Okay, you seem cross.
Not entirely cross, but Dad? You need
Daughter.
you need a trim.
Oh.
Run, Grandpa!
Does it not look good?
Please ignore Krusk. I say this with all the love in the world. No, it does not.
You know, like I thought my time in Earth prison or whatever, like, you know, it really made me look distinguished. He kind of half strikes a pose. Does it look good like this?
I mean, when you put it that way.
Like the wizened woodsman. You know,
I think we could shape it up a little bit. You don't want to be this scruffy seeing Mom again. She might. just shape it a little
A
bit.
trim. Just a trim.
it. Just a trim. It looks fine, but it needs a little work.
Shave it
Like-
off!
you're like, honey, I learned wild shape. I'm a bear. Rah, you know.
She would be impressed.
I'll clean up.
She's gonna pass him the scissors. And just stay out of trouble, please.
I will stay out of trouble so long as trouble is outside city limits. I think that's fair. I'm limiting my sphere of trouble.
She'll just like raise her hands like up, like, okay, that I can accept that.
There are many worse things in the high forest, and you know that.
I know. I'm worried, and I've already sent an animal messenger to Mom, so she knows you're here.
I'm sure we'll be back home before long.
I know. They just miss you. Mom was really worried when you were gone.
Put on that spell your friend knows. I could just talk to her. Be like, honey, I'm gonna be late.
I would have
Building
loved
a
to send a
shed.
message.
I'm
To
just gonna be a
grandmother.
few months late.
Oh, you know, just shed length. Or house length, or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
She could come here. She could build a house in, like, way faster.
Yeah, she could. She could show you up immediately. The boys would not be helpful, though.
No, not at all.
No. Cece might be, though.
He gives a half smile.
Regan's gonna reach forward and just, like, take his ale and take a swig, just looking him down and just plonk it back down in front of him.
Damn.
Just be here when I get back.
Damn.
Just come back, okay?
I will.
If I go back to the High Force without you, I'd be in way more trouble than if I explained the things I was doing to your mother.
That's fair. Yeah, we have to go back together, don't we? Otherwise, that. Whoo! Ah.
No, it's the only way.
Okay. Well, Yuri and Oz will be here, so if you need any help, make sure you rely on them.
Absolutely. We can put them to work.
Yeah, let them rest first. They're...
Of course, you all look a bit like shit. If I'm
Oh
being
yeah,
honest.
and they need supervision also. So you're gonna have to don't go anywhere else. Like they'll get in trouble. You have to stay with them all the time. Yeah, yeah.
Roll me persuasion.
All right. Here we go. Reverse psychology. This old man, this bushman. All right,
They
here we
need supervision. Does that mean they need?
I have a +1. Let's do this.
He looks
Let's
at
go,
the
13!
kobold, who's currently sniffing at a small block of cheese, and the water ganassi, as they're just sat politely observing the conversation about the deck of many things between the raucous bunch you guys are. What's your wisdom,
Yeah, so
buddy?
if you let them like out of your sight, they're gonna get into trouble, and then that's gonna be on you. And you want that? I don't think you want that. I wouldn't want that on me personally, especially because it would make Regan real sad if something happened to them. So you got to stick with them no matter what happens. If you want to go
Well,
somewhere
you know-
else, you got to let them know.
I'll make sure they don't get in any trouble. They seem like they might cause a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Regan is like biting her lip, like holding back laughter.
Yeah, you got to keep them out of trouble.
Those two over there, yeah, they're the ones to worry about. in
Notorious
this town.
troublemaker, Eurybia Maelstrom.
All right, I'm getting close to you because I don't want them to hear. This is me being real close to you. Really? We really need them to stay safe. Like, this is a big responsibility I'm putting on you. You have no idea how hard this is going to be. You have to take care of them and stay with them. Otherwise, they will die. Do you understand?
I like your girlfriend, Regan.
I'm glad. I'm glad. She's great.
Their death will be on your hands.
She's saying that.
I'm gonna deal with this and get some sleep.
Last time one of us lost them, they were gone for years. Just saying.
It's true.
That is accurate.
It is very accurate.
Anyways, that's my pin in that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go sleep.
Regan's gonna climb off the table and give her dad a big hug.
He returns it happily.
All right, we're gonna get some rest, and we'll see you off before we go.
All right, I'll be here.
Night.
Night.
That's Regan.
Each of you find yourselves your respective rests for the evening.
Whenever
The-
they. No, I don't. I've got plans, Buster.
Oh boy!
Oh shit!
I was about to say something as well. Yes.
Oh great! Tweedledee!
What? You think you
We're
can
going
just
on a
curtain
magical
pull
adventure.
me, DM? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Not Krusk.
I got a
Revenge.
whole night of solo adventures planned.
Before we get to you, Krusk, unless you have anything specific you would like to do with them, the people of the inn would try and relieve you of the unconscious gentleman.
That's fine. I'm not planning on doing things with him.
They can have him.
They take him off somewhere and lie him down.
He's theirs now.
Where they will be
yeah.
tended to. Krusk,
Yeah.
as everyone respectively may or may not, depending on timey-wimey shenanigans, is going to find their respective rests.
What time of the day?
You
is it?
have plans. You would be getting on towards 9 or 10. You're not exactly sure.
Alright, I'm asleep.
Yep. I want to wait until everybody's at least of the main party has gone to their beds.
Max will be asleep.
Done.
I have no shenanigans.
Most of you
I
will
got-
be
yeah.
to describe what Red Lodge is like right now. You would have been given one room. There are some makeshift cots laid out to add more space to sleep in, but the inn is mostly running at over capacity right now because most of the houses have been damaged or destroyed, and so a lot of people are staying there.
I've taken floor.
Oh no.
However,
Regan, we'll have to double
you
up to
guys are
save
also
space.
not charged for your
Oh no.
your residence here. Instead, they just seem to charge for food and drink.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
But yeah. As soon as Krusk sees that everybody's gone to bed, he'll step out.
Okay.
All right. Then he's gonna wander off a little bit. Is there like a part of the woods he can go to?
Nearby,
close by.
let's see. Let me take a look at our lovely town of Red Lodge.
Show me this town.
County Wowney.
Oh, no,
Where are you? Not items. Go away. Go to jail.
to jail.
you. I know I have a map for you. There it is. So there's a wooded area off to the, there's a sparse one you see near a, what looks like a pond, a bit off to the west. You'd also see a thick, forested area off to the east after a couple of the destroyed buildings. So that would have been the way you came through, so you'd be immediately familiar with it as you guys would have passed it on a large path.
He'll go to the forested area.
Okay, the thicker one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you walk through the darkened streets of Red Larch, there are a few lights on. Most houses in the central area are still standing, though some are dilapidated. Few lights are on, and you do see a couple guards just walking around with either a torch in hand or some have lanterns. The rain has all but stopped. The ground is still wet, as you see small puddles formed. You get there fairly easy, about a 8-minute walk.
Yeah. Cool. First thing I want to do. I'm gonna cast sending.
All right.
I want to cast it to Oriana.
All right.
Yeah. He's going to send a message saying, hello, Oriana. We've just wanted to say that I miss your company. It's rough out here, but thinking about you. That's it.
Are you gonna die?
Krusk, oh my goodness, it's so good to hear from you. I've just been so dreadfully bored inside the city, and I can't wait to hear more from...
Yep. That's about what he expected. With that, he's going to look around. He looks around over his shoulder and everything, making sure nobody's watching him.
Roll me perception.
He's so good at these.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's a 7.
Doesn't look like anyone's around.
Cool. Krusk is gonna look at all the water and the puddles around him. And he's gonna start trying to control them.
All right, roll me Arcana.
Boop.
Have to check something real quick.
18.
I don't think I need to check, but I will anyways. Yes. You try and control it. What are you trying to make it do?
First he's just trying to move it around,
All
very much like a waterbender,
You
making the little
extend
wave.
your
Do
hand
your
out.
inner relief.
You focus your mind. You do this quite frequently when you're trying to concentrate on a spell or cast anything, and without any specific spell in mind, you simply will the water to obey you. And after a few moments, you see bits of water start pulling themselves up and out from the puddles as though defying gravity as they begin to float in the air in front of you.
I think Krusk is gonna do that for a while, just trying to get to the point where he can make like a wall, almost like a solid object of water.
You will it to make a wall? Yeah, you can do that right now.
Oh, right now? Oh my god.
Currently, it seems like you can. As you will it, it's not massive, but you do create a sizable enough thin wall of water.
Okay.
It reflects in front of you. You see a bit of your own reflection. I have to grab a delivery real quick so it doesn't get cold. However,
Okay.
Is your food
I would
already
like
here?
it. Yes, it is.
Ah!
In my absence, I would like you to roll me another perception check.
Okay.
I ordered before you.
You roll your perception, and then you just look down. You just see Casper. Hey, Krusk.
Hello. Oh, hey, Casper. Casper.
Oh, you're doing something secret? You never look down.
You son of a bitch!
I'm just a wee little thing.
It's just gonna be Oz fucking watching him like,
Me and Oz are just eating popcorn.
Oh my god.
I hate him. I ordered first. Why is his
because he's Dr. Apocalypse.
No,
He'll apocalypse
No.
ya.
I don't like it.
It's
Apocalypse ya.
apocalypsiest.
I don't like it.
It's because you said the thing about being hungry for crits.
Yeah.
So
So the Dasher heard you.
That
like,
doesn't
"Oh,
work when
he's
I'm a
not hungry
player,
for
though.
food."
Watch. Hold on. Watch this.
Try to crit on me. Try to crit on me.
I can't.
Attack me.
that just won't work.
I can't.
Attack
do,
Krusk.
I can't do
That'll
that.
work.
I can't crit on you.
Crit on Krusk.
I'm
Hit on that ass.
Nagi-size naturally weak to Regan. But I'll
I rolled
try.
a 10.
I'll try it
All right.
regardless.
You do not notice anything.
See, it won't work. She's too weak to Regan.
You crit fail.
Well,
Anyway.
try on Krusk.
The don't waste your 20s. You need them for later.
Oh, so close though.
I don't like that you said that, Aaron.
As you look into the shimmering wall of water, the only thing you're really able to make out in the dim light of the village is your own reflection.
Okay.
Oh.
So what? He can only see his own reflection in the
Yep.
water. Is that what you said? Okay.
Yeah. As you look, it doesn't seem to reflect anything else. Either too dark, and your dark vision is just allowing to see you, or it's only reflecting you.
Or you're alone.
You can't be sure of which.
I touch it.
Small ripple emanates out from where you touch it, but otherwise your finger enters the water.
Okay. I think, yeah, Krusk is gonna keep doing this till he kind of gets like the hang of this ability.
How long are
Like
you
he
planning
wants
on doing it tonight?
Several hours
Several hours?
until like before everybody wakes up.
Okay. You
Okay.
You continue doing that.
Mhm.
As you just try and focus and hone your ability to control this.
Cool.
And I said you.
My thing's gonna be a lot more mundane than this.
I'm so mad at you, Krusk.
She don't know.
Casper, Caskbuckle.
Hey, what's up, man?
You also had something you wanted to do.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot more mundane than this. I would like to, after Regan leaves her father, I would like to sit down next to her father on the table he has taken.
Amazing.
And I just want to like stretch and go, oh, it's been such a long journey. Oh man, oh.
You do look quite tired.
Oh, it's so tired. Oh, could you do me a favor, actually?
I mean, I don't see why not. What would one of Regan's friends ask of me?
Well, you see, he's just gonna like pull out a couple of gold. He's gonna put it on the table. He's like, oh, could you go over there and get me a thing of like the most expensive mead they got over there? Thanks, buddy.
He looks at the coins and looks back up to you. Roll me persuasion.
Thanks, buddy.
15? How much gold do you put on the table?
I will put on the table 8 gold pieces.
8 gold pieces. He picks it up. He's like, 1 second.
Oh, wait, no, it was the one we bought earlier was 50, wasn't it?
Yes, if you wanted the,
He puts
you're not
down-
even sure if they have that.
He's
anymore. That was a bottle.
He's gonna put down 5 platinum pieces. Let's get me the most expensive thing they got.
You see him stack up the coins, and then you see a pause as you see him look over his shoulder and just scan the room for a second. Yeah, okay. And he gets up and he walks over to the bar.
Checking for Regan.
Talks with them for a bit. And after a couple minutes, he comes back with a wooden box about a foot long,
Oh,
a little bit wide. There's a little sliding panel on it. I say this is the best they had. I think this is basically the last of what they've had in stock, so cleaning them out here.
Oh, what is that? What's in the box?
It's an elven wine of some sort.
Elven wine. Oh, that's perfect. Yes, yes. Oh, that's the stuff. That's the stuff.
And he pushes it across the table towards you.
Ah, great, good. Now he's gonna take that, put it away. He's gonna bring out 5 more gold. Go get us both something.
He waves the waiter over. 2 more of these, please, as he raises a flagon towards them. The guy nods.
He's like, oh, elven wine? I'll keep that. Here, let's just fucking binge whatever. Yeah, that's what he said. It's entirely up to him.
They bring it over, and you are served a nice frothy wooden mug of a it's a warm like a warm beer that you haven't tried before. You see them actually take this red hot iron poker and actually dunk it in it before they bring it over to you.
Oh,
Sounds so good.
And it especially after walking in the rain for so long, it really hits quite quickly.
I would
just how
like to
warm it is.
spend as much time and money as possible drinking with Regan's dad.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yes.
And that'll determine how long you go before you tap out.
Does he have advantage because he's a dwarf?
Yes.
Yay! Boo.
13. You are tired as all balls. You've been walking through wet and gross for days. You have been fighting ghosts. You have been fighting monsters. You are just out of it. So after about your second or third, you're about partway into your third, you just feel a lot of it hit you like a wall. You stand up for a moment, and as your blood quickly circulates through your legs, you realize how drunk you've become. Fuck you, Barry. And much to the distress of the dog of the tavern.
Oh, it's all right, Maddie. It's okay. I'm fine.
As you stumble for a moment, you feel an arm catch you as Regan's dad looks at you. He's like, maybe we'll get some rest and we'll pick this up again.
Oh yeah,
in a
next
day or
time.
two."
Next time we got this again, I'll bring it back. You're all right, guy. I'm gonna go lay down in the fireplace.
I'll take you to your room. And he, with one hand, guides you towards the stairs and brings you up to your crowded domicile.
Yeah, this is a nice place. Lays down.
Sleep well, buddy. Rolls you onto your side, pats you on the back a couple times before he leaves you there.
Thanks, da.
All right. You find your way to slumber. As dawn approaches,
There was one thing. I didn't want to
you got
interrupt
some
him, but
plans too?
I'll also
only
be right
something
back
small.
because now I need to get my food.
Perfect.
She's not gonna get up and go anywhere.
I have minus the gold and platinum from my inventory.
Thank you.
But yeah, heckin', as she's laying in her sleep roll, just trying to get to sleep and it not working for about an hour or so, she's gonna cast sending on a whim.
Okay, who are you casting sending to?
To her boy Mark.
All
Who
right.
the fuck's Mark?
Who the fuck?
Yo, Mark. What's up? Just checking in. This is all in her head, by the way. She doesn't want to wake anyone up. Fucking. Just wanted to see how things were going back home. Anything unusual happen lately? That's it.
Here. Kyra? Is that you? Why are you in my brain again? Randy, wake up!
Oh, fuck. And that's it. That's all we get.
Yeah. Apparently he was speaking out loud.
She's going to cast sending again. Yeah, it's me. I just wanted to see how y'all are doing. And again, ask if anything unusual is happening there. Anything noteworthy? Anything crazy?
Instantaneously. Almost, it can't. It literally physically can't, but it feels like they cut you off. And you hear, fuck me, it is Kyra. Kyra, how you doing? Yeah, Zara's fucked. He's on a warpath. We have no idea where he's going.
The fuck?
Oh no. She's gonna cast sending again. Her inner voice just becomes more and more panicked as she sits up from her sleep roll. What do you mean? Where is he? What is happening? How are you guys okay?
As though he hadn't stopped speaking, you see, normally follows directions, and the bastard's just been doing his own thing. Can't tell left from right nowadays. Fog wall's been weakening too, so pretty soon the fucking normie's gonna
The fucking normie is this magic man.
4th level spell slot sending. Back to Mark. 25 words or less, Mark. Where is he? Is everyone okay? That is it.
The first thing you hear back is, anyways. Oh, 25 words. Don't know. Bastard's going somewhere. Won't take directions. Randy says hi.
Love
Do I have
how
any
he
more?
wastes-
I think
love how
I think
he
I've got at
wastes-
least a couple.
I love how he wastes words on bastard and
love it.
stuff like that.
I don't know why I thought he would be the best source of information. You know, of the two of them, are either of them like intelligible, or are they both that way? Aaron, is Randy better?
They are, in your experiences, both eccentric, but of the two, Randy's calmer. But they're both just usually excited when they're around you. I mean, they're both just usually excited. Period.
You know what? She's gonna use her last spell slot to cast sending to her mom to get a better source of information.
Sure.
Which she should have done from the beginning, I guess, but I wanted to hear Mark's voice. Hey, Mom. I hear Zara's going crazy. What is happening? Are you okay? Is Dad okay? Please respond.
Everyone's fine. Zara's not taking directions and is seemingly acting of their own accord. We're moving northward currently.
Okay. And that is all the spell slots she fucking has, so she's gonna have to fucking try to sleep with that information in her brain now.
That'll help me get to bed. Oh, fuck. As dawn... Oh, we got another one. Let's go!
so brief. It's so brief. It is literally.
No, I'm so not worried. This could be all session, and I would have a great time.
Okay, great. I don't have sending, so you don't gotta worry about anyone talking back. As Regan would make sure that Maxine was asleep.
Mhm.
And as soon as she was,
You
she would-
motherfucker.
Oh, you know what I'm doing, Mitch. Regan would go to the window and try to see if like there's any creatures kind of walking around. If there wasn't, she would go outside. She's gonna try to use animal messenger, preferably for a bird because they are the quickest.
You don't see any at the window. The town currently, you've passively noticed, but you haven't really paid a ton of attention to it. A lot of the wildlife has moved away from the town recently. Roll me, say, an investigation check as you kind of walk around outside for a second looking for a suitable bird.
Sure, she's gonna cast guidance on herself to give herself a hand on that. So I'm gonna roll a d4. Wha. My forever guidance is 2.
Yeah.
Every time. All right, come on, Regan. Regan and Nan. Come on, baby girl. That's okay.
11? It takes you a while. You'd probably have to, like, take at least an hour or so just to hunt one down. Is that cool with you?
That's fine, because
All right.
if it's a long rest, we have the 2 hours, so that's fine.
Yep, you start moving around, just taking a casual walk through the evening. Unrelated, Krusk, can you roll me a couple Arcana checks just to tell me how your last few hours have gone?
Of course I can, Aaron. I would love nothing more. That's a 10. That's a 19. How many do you want?
Give me 3 more.
Okay.
Well, give me your general night.
13. Yeah, almost a 1 there. 14. Lastly, a 9.
Okay. As you walk around, you spend some time looking for a bird and nothing. You check the closest tree lines. You see nests, but the nests seem to have been abandoned. You pass some of the dilapidated houses as you walk around looking for anything where birds might find themselves. And can you roll me a D100, Regan?
I can.
I will.
Stay away.
D under 50 bad for Krusk, above 50 good for Krusk.
Okay. You're lucky,
Yeah!
motherfucker. Damn! I'm amazing.
As
You're
you make your way towards a tree line, you see a couple houses that have been entirely just it literally looks as though the roof just collapsed straight on it. You see a few makeshift graves that have been placed nearby, and on top of one of the destroyed buildings, you see a small nest with a looks like a starling, just flitting back and forth as its head kind of perks up and it looks down. You see it staring at you.
Hello. Do you mind giving me a hand? She's going to just kind of like reach up, like open palm, like maybe like sprinkle some of like her rations into her hand to like draw it down.
You see it stretch its wings for a moment, or it flits to the edge of the building, looks down to you, and then almost like a dart flits down and just lands on the tip of your finger.
Hi. I need your help with something. I'm gonna cast Animal Messenger. And I'm gonna send a message to Malcolm, so she will describe Malcolm to the best of her ability.
All right.
I was
Yep,
making
we've seen
sure.
Malcolm
Your
for long
ass.
enough. You could definitely do that.
Yep. Oh, I know. I had to make sure you were in the call, Brayden.
I'm here. I'm just doing a little honk shoe right now, counting my sheep while you betray me.
Malcolm, this is Regan. Contact Maxine. I know you can. If you don't, I will come to you personally.
Oh fuck.
Hope you're okay.
It's on the warpath.
And she will send the bird off.
So many
Thank you.
warpaths happening.
You see a brief glow come from the starling's eyes as it gains a few abilities it didn't have before, and some recognition appears in his eyes. Kind of sits on your finger happily for a moment, nibbles at one of the rations, and then as it picks it up, it flutters its wings and flies off northeasterly or northwesterly.
Cool. That's all I wanted to do. Regan's gonna take in the night air and then go back to the room and snuggle up with Ajisai.
You do so.
Except that Ajisai's off on their own night adventure.
Let's go!
They're not. They're there.
They're sitting on top of the roof. I am the night.
Hi, love.
Haji-size vigilante adventures.
That scare me.
Maxine's large and loud snoring takes up the whole room, probably.
All right, Krusk. Now,
Yeah.
to spend as long as you would like to do this, you would become exhausted.
Yeah.
You're cool with that?
I'm cool with it. That's
Just
fine.
making sure.
Oh.
All right. As you find yourself beginning to hit that level of exhaustion, something does happen.
Oh, no.
A laser beam comes. No.
Yeah!
The Hammer of Dawn.
You you spend your time focusing on the water. You lose your grip on it a few times. And as you spend a while trying to focus and bring it back up, and you once again restore this wall in front of you. It takes a great deal of focus to keep it up, but you can do it. As an hour passes, 2, 3, finally on the brink of exhaustion, you feel your focus weakening on this wall of water, and it escapes you. But the wall of water does not fall.
It's a water still.
As you hear distantly the sounds of rattling chains. And just a small black dot appears right in front of your reflection. It begins to expand larger and larger. As it passes over your body in the reflection, though, it doesn't seem to obscure it, but rather it seems to make it more clear. Distance seems to become difficult to pull in with the sun starting to rise. You can't quite get a gauge on how far it is away from you, but you see your reflection begin to take on a life of its own as it slowly begins walking towards you.
I try and will it the wall of water to collapse.
All right, roll me Arcana with disadvantage, please.
Oh no.
Got it.
Krusk Thulu is coming for you.
No.
10.
10, you see its hand extend out towards the wall, mirroring your own as you try and will it close. It does not. It
does
no
not
longer
close.
seems to be obeying you.
Dispel magic.
All right, what level are you casting that?
Base.
Base?
That's third.
All right, you reach your hand out, you cast Dispel Magic as this sparkling, shimmering ripple of energy extends from your palm towards it. It impacts with the water, and as though hydrophobic, these holes begin appearing in it, exploding outwards from different positions as the wall of water begins to erupt. The wall vanishes. Distantly in the back of your head, you can still hear the sound of rattling chains.
Whew. All right. I have a good solution. So when I do this again, I'll have a way out. Good, I think to myself. Whew. I think at that point he'll be like, "All right, it's time to turn in for the night," or at least make his way back to bed and feign waking up with the rest of them.
As you get back in, you open the door. You see a couple people already stirring, some that weren't with your group.
Mm-hmm.
You see others half awake, kind of trying to get the last bit of sleep that they can in. You close your eyes. You don't get much sleep. You do get to take some time to breathe, contemplate on your evening.
Mm-hmm.
But before long, you are awoken along with everyone else.
Cool.
Oh, can somebody turn off the sun?
Oh, my back. I always think sleeping on the floor isn't that big of a deal, but Cord's sick.
Oh.
Well, morning, everyone. Maxine's gonna go over to the bed that Regan and Ajisai are in and just start putting her full force at the bottom of the bed so it starts bouncing. Like, you know when someone's like bouncing the bed? Get up, new day. Wakey, wakey, eggs, and bakey.
Hold on.
Motherfuckers!
Hold on.
Maxine, come on.
Hold on.
It's early.
Hold on.
Wake up!
Hold on.
Casper's just laying at the end of the bed.
And
I'm just saying because they're loud.
that's an unarmed attack. I am kicking you in the face.
What would I backflip out of it.
You have
I'm
AC
gonna roll
and
it.
I beat it.
Fuck. That's fair. That's fair, would you say?
Oh, what the heck you
Maxine will
doing?
move on to harass someone else.
Yes, go
Other
harass
opponents are
Krusk.
getting
He
kicked
probably
in the
did something
face.
to deserve it.
Nope. It's Casper.
Just
Casper seemed like he really doesn't want to be bothered right now. Time to wake up.
No!
Come on.
No! You can't make me!
Whew! You smell like a
Steve.
bar.
That's good.
Kyra like shakes Yuri awake, like very urgently.
Good morning.
Hey, bad news. I talked to Mark and Mom last night. He said the fog wall is falling.
I expected it would at some point.
I think
Who else did you talk to? You said Mark?
just him and Mom.
No one else.
No one else.
Okay, good.
I think it might be time to consider maybe going back there and seeing if there's anything we can do.
It's possible. I mean, I can take us back whenever. But I also don't know who to trust there.
I mean, it wouldn't be of any harm to just let people know you're okay, right? Like, we know a couple people we can trust, at least. You showing up alone wouldn't be a huge deal, would it?
It could be. I'm not sure exactly how deep they have their roots inside our island.
What? So, Aaron, when Mark was talking to me,
Mhm.
he said that, did he say that someone was giving him bad directions, or that he was just going
He's just
against
not
every...
listening.
Okay.
Yeah, he just seems to be doing whatever he wants.
Okay. I'm just getting real worried about it, and if people start realizing that he's there, then that could be a big problem.
Yeah. I have a guess as to where he might be going.
Well, yeah. He's heading north, apparently.
Yeah.
So,
Well, on the upside, happy first day of summer.
oh, wonderful! I'm so overjoyed.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
All right, do we have a bed?
I'm not saying we should do it right this second. You still need to recover, but maybe when we get back, we should bring it up or something.
Yeah, I'll be ready. You try and learn what you can. Keep an eye just keep in memory who you've spoken to, though. I want to know who knows what.
Okay. All right. And we'll then rise.
Maxine,
And-
don't
Rise.
take me downstairs.
Yeah.
Maxine has found like probably some rag or something and has stuck it up one side of her nose because her nose started bleeding when Ajisai fucking kicked her in the face.
That's right.
So down.
Yep.
With heckin' Casper on her shoulder, she's barreling downstairs to get food.
Let's go see if there's coffee. Come on. Up we go. Come on. If I kiss you, will you get up? I'll take that as a yes.
She'll lean down and just like kiss Ajisai on the tip of the nose.
Come on. Up.
If I kiss you, will you stay in bed?
No.
She gets up.
Come on.
Mm.
Let's go.
Down we go.
We are
See if
decidedly not a
there's-
morning person today.
Yep.
You guys make your way downstairs. Food is being prepared and given out.
Hell yeah.
I'd say for everybody's food for the day, depending on what you get to drink, excluded, given some of our drinking tastes, they would charge you collectively. Let's see, the 6 of you, be like 2 silver would cover your morning food expenses.
I give
For
them a
everyone,
gold.
or just one of us.
They happily take it as they.
Oh, thanks, Casper, for buying me breakfast.
I give them a
Nice of you.
gold because despite all of my protests, as soon as there's food put in front of him, he starts eating.
It's pretty
Oh,
simple
Cody,
breakfast.
You've never been
There's
hungover. Bless
there's like
you.
a porridge available. There's some different smoked meats like bacons, along with
And you got any
there's
eggs?
coffees and teas. There are eggs.
Oh yeah!
And it is while not an exquisitely like this isn't the tastiest thing you ever had. It is extremely nutrient dense.
I've been
And
eating nothing but rations.
for all of you who've been exhausted for so
Oh,
much.
dude, my
let me
favorite.
actually-
Nutrient dense.
Sans Sans Krusk. Let me. throw
We
this
haven't
long
eaten
rest
anything
on.
great since we were over at that tower.
You know what I can
Yum 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 yum.
Nom 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 nom
long
nom.
rest, and then I can steal one of your exhaustions and put it on Krusk.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oop, there we go.
Oh, I didn't get a long rest, so I'm gonna check off some of the things I used.
Yes, thank you. All right, the day is yours. You do hear the low groans of pain from the gentleman that came in the evening prior. They seem to have awoken after being unconscious for most of the evening.
Oh,
Oh, hey, Krusk, your dude's awake.
oh, dude. Oh, we could go and talk to him about all of the weird stuff. Come on, Krusk, let's go. I'm gonna drag Krusk over.
Is Krusk
let's
Krusk
go
meant
talk.
to have 2 exhaustion level 1s?
No. Exhaustion
how
one,
I got that
exhaustion one.
checked.
That's weird. Let me delete that. And
Is he already exhausted?
there we go. No, he wasn't.
No.
I'm going to
He
drag
avoided
Krusk
it.
over to the man.
That would be bad.
You do so as you
I will-
make
will
your way
follow
towards
them.
the. He's in one of the back rooms on the main floor. Most of the rooms people spend are upstairs. You find him on a cot in what looks like a manager's office, with one person sat next to him. It's a middle-aged woman, probably in her 30s or 40s. You can't quite tell. They're half elven.
How's he doing?
He's better than last night, but he's in a lot of pain.
Oh. Come on, Krusk, talk to. Come on, Krusk. Do the thing you do.
What do you want me to do?
I'll figure out. Come on, you talk to him.
Oh.
Krusk, you're making me yawn, you fucking asshole. Fucking slaps.
Oh my
Krusk
gosh,
upside my head.
stop!
Ow.
You're the talker of us all.
Okay.
Are you
Hi.
alive?
Hello. What's your name?
You can call me Agrin.
Agrin. Great.
Agrin.
Look at him work. Oh, that Krusk.
Can we get this guy
you
some like,
mentioned-
healing magic or something?
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna pump a. Let's see, what do I got here? We're gonna be walking for a bit. It's a couple days away. I'm gonna pump a level 2 cure wounds into him.
Noise.
And yeah, roll that shit. That's a Regan heal right there.
Mm-hmm.
Middle of the road, baby.
All right, Buster. It's time we stop beating around the bush. What's going on with you? Tell us what you know. Is he bad?
No, he's the
is he?
victim.
Oh, he's the
He's
victim.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, he's a victim.
Right. Arrow guy.
He got shot with that arrow.
the
There.
I'm
guy
sorry.
that
I'm
Krusk
sorry,
saved.
Buster. Look, we're not gonna beat around the bush. You gotta tell us what you know.
I just thought, you want some eggs? You look like you haven't had any eggs.
I have, in fact, not had any eggs. I would like eggs.
I'll go get the eggs. I'll go get the
Yeah.
eggs.
Some
Hold on.
food, honey.
I left my eggs in there anyway. I was heading down.
Oh, there he goes, getting me
you-
eggs.
You mentioned that you're from. There's something going on in Westbridge. Do you know? Can you give us any more detail? You didn't give me a ton before
Yes.
you passed out.
Tell us where they are.
Westbridge, the town itself was damaged during the earthquakes.
Mm-hmm.
We did what we could to repair most things, but after a few days, when I went into town, most people were gathered near the town square talking to some priest. He told people in the city that only the chosen would be spared, and the people were listening. They didn't seem to. I mean, they should have reacted with ridicule. And when I spoke up, I called it madness, that people turned on me. I started running when they attempted to grab me, and shortly thereafter, I found an arrow in my back.
Do you mind my asking what this priest looked like? What did his clothing look like?
The robes were a deep brown, and he was clad in some stony armor.
Aha.
Earth cult, probably.
The Who. The plot thickens.
The thick
Oh, I just
blondes.
I'm back with your eggs.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
So, let's see
We can
when the
expect
Earth cult's
that-
making their move.
We can expect the town folk to be not on our side then, probably.
You might want to.
They're good people in the city.
Yeah.
We
But-
should not kill them,
I
I
w-
guess.
I would ask you not to. I am friends with
Right.
many of them.
Oh,
No
you're
problem.
friends with them, huh? What
I-
about
So-
an elf or a human with spectacles?
Do you know a blonde librarian?
I don't know if
We
they're
don't
like
have
that.
a library in Westbridge. You'd
Oh.
need to go to Yartar for the nearest one.
Do you know a woman who would definitely be a librarian that is blonde?
A blonde woman, possibly an elf or a human with
I don't-
Spectacles.
I don't know everybody that passes through. To no one from there, surely, but I think on one of my trips in, I saw someone like that.
Saw a blonde librarian.
Thank you.
Means
Sure.
that, like, they might be there. That's better than them not, I
What do they
guess.
have to do with this?
So
plot?
you said. Ajisai just like kind of almost laughs at that and pats him on the back. So you said that everyone should have
sake.
reacted with ridicule, but they didn't.
Not some did, but a lot of them were seized. And I'm sure many who attempted to flee like me were also
So
dealt with.
were the people there like they were going along with it more than you think they should have, or?
More than I would expect, yes.
And do you think that was because of some kind of magical influence? Did they seem affected by magic, or did they just seem like maybe they aren't so great after all?
I don't know of such things. I've not seen magic in my life, really.
Anybody you know acting really out of character? Switching over to their side?
I think maybe they were scared. It would be the first thing I could think of, just trying to survive, especially after what they saw them do to me. But even before then, because I don't live in the town proper. I have a homestead, maybe a half day out.
We've
Oh,
seen what they
there
do
was
to
just-
people they capture. You're right to be scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was this one guy in this stone-covered armor that showed up, and then people started acting weird. It was just
After
the one
the
guy.
damage, he had others.
Okay.
But there was one principally talking to the people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Their profit's gone. Oh. Oh, sorry. I thought Discord was futzing up. Their profit's gone if it's the Earth Boys. Unless he's not. Unless he came back or they hired someone new. So either they got a new leader and they're continuing as if things were normal, or those that are left are really mad that we reduced their ranks and they're trying to swell those back up again.
Trying to make up for what they lost.
Either way, we put the Earth Cult in a pretty bad place. So I'm guessing
I
that
don't have this.
if we go there, I bet that it's gonna be, if they got any important people left, it's probably gonna be them there doing this. So if we wanna properly wash away what's left of the Earth Cult, which I do not know if
me
I've ever
too.
told any of you this. Listen, new friend, did you know I was stuck from these guys in a wall for a while?
It sounds terrible.
Yeah. I don't tell this story
is-
often, and not to many people.
This is
so
news
consider
to
yourself
us.
privileged.
This is news.
But anyways, these guys in particular are the ones what did it. So if we could go murder them, like, I am so
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, that sounds. And we got the Krusk, the Casper thing. Excuse me.
Also,
To do anyway.
this might be a good as much as taking them out is definitely on the table. This is a good opportunity to get more information out of them.
Oh, I would love to do that.
Yeah?
This is a great opportunity. If their
True.
ranks are small there is a chance. We have the magical means to make them talk to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the physical means.
Yeah, I was gonna
too.
say
Absolutely.
we've got the
And
non-magical
we've got the
means.
mental means.
We've got the mental means. The mental means. DNA of the soul. We can get a. Is it like earlier than usual?
No, I think you just
Not really.
go
You're
weeks at a
just-
time full of energy, and then you have one day where you're not energetic, and then
Yeah,
the
you're
rest.
just- Well, they were energetic enough to fucking.
No one
Oh,
must ever
fuck.
find out about this day. This day is my weakness.
This is your
This is
half
my
demon
this
Inuyasha
is my night of the full moon or the new moon. Yeah,
That's the first of the month. That could be it.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, this day sucks.
oh.
I'm so tired. I always feel like
Well,
when I-
luckily, the rest of the day is just going to be spent with a leisurely walk over to a town, right?
Well, yeah.
How leisurely it's gonna be.
nothing better for being super tired and exhausted than walking nonstop forever.
Yeah, cardio.
I say that, but I actually do look forward to it.
Krusk.
Halfway through cardio, you kind of have a
Internally.
burp escape, Casper. You're like,
Cardio.
Oh,
Internally
geez,
weeping.
Casper.
Oh. That just. That was-
Ah,
you were saying,
I
Chris?
got it.
Yeah.
Krusk is just
It
internally
took me a second.
internally weeping at the mention of cardio.
Well, shall we get everything ready to go? I mean, it doesn't seem like we should be leaving that alone for much longer.
No.
Please
Yeah,
help
we
them.
should hop on it.
Yeah.
I fear
Longer
that a
we-
lot of people might have already died.
Well, don't worry. A lot more people are about to but like the ones we want are about
bad
to
ones,
the bad
yeah.
ones. They're about to get. We're gonna
We're gonna
murder
fuck
them. Don't know why I
Yeah.
danced around that word. We're gonna end their lives.
We're gonna take care of this. I'm
Yep.
sorry that this happened.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you want to see something cool? Would it lift your spirits if I showed you something cool?
I don't know.
You don't know, so maybe?
Sure.
I'm gonna throw a deck of illusions card into the middle of the tavern.
You look out the door and you just, with the flick of your wrist, fly the card out into the middle of the tavern. Go nuts.
12. An assassin!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
One of them.
As soon as they appear, I'm going to pick up my glaive and be like, fucking, yeah, and throw it at them and destroy the card as the assassin seems to appear and become aggressive and be like, see that? That's the cool thing. That's what we're going to do, but to the guys that made you sad.
As they appear, what you see is a figure clad in a pure black leather armor, and they seem to have a perfectly opaque white mask covering their entire face.
Oh. Shortly before being destroyed by my glaive to the card.
And then a glaive hits the card, and they seem to split in half and vanish into dust.
That's what we're going to do to the guys that made you sad and hurt your friends.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Well,
take
lot
this
more
arrow and
blood.
we're gonna hold it up to each of the people and we're gonna find out who shot it.
I don't
Have
know
I
if
ever
they'll
seen
remember
that
their-
that ensemble before, by the way?
Roll me a very hard history check.
Thank you for caring where Ajisai wouldn't.
History.
It's so specific for a random card.
They would just assume the deck created a thing.
That's a 20.
It's 20.
20. You don't quite know where from. It's a single word name. There was a band of assassins that wore these white masks, but it's on the tip of your tongue and you just can't place it.
Yeah, whatever.
Eh.
Keep. Just like,
Fuck it.
whatever. I'm probably
Yeah.
mistaken.
Krusk, calm down. It wasn't real.
Oh, spooked me there for a second. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. They're convincing.
Yeah.
Here they are.
All right then.
They can't hurt you,
Not yet.
but I can hurt you.
Why would you do that?
Oh, oh no.
Why? Why?
Why are you threatening me? What did I do?
That's my job. Yeah, what's
I
happening?
had a dream.
About?
I
Yeah,
had
what
a
about?
dream where Krusk was being a heckin' disturbance.
Oh,
Me? A disturbance?
that wasn't a dream.
No, that was because it was
That's
last
just
night. I was
life.
fast asleep.
Mm. Oh well.
And I had a dream about him heckin' sneaking off, and doing cold
I'd never do
shit.
that.
Were you sneaking off,
Shut the
Crust?
fuck up. Yes,
No,
you
it's
did.
just
No.
a dream.
If he would have snuck off or somewhere, I would have saw it. All right, that was up all
Really?
night.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure that you would have seen that?
Yeah, I was up all night drinking with your dad.
What?
No, it was just a dream. Real Krusk
Yeah,
knows that if real
distraction.
Krusk did
God,
that
your
when he had
dad's
explicitly
cool.
agreed not to do that, that I would hurt him. Right.
Sorry, what?
I said the real Krusk knows that he wouldn't do that, even though Dream Krusk would, because real Krusk knows that if he snuck off and did cult shit, even after he told Regan, my beloved, that you wouldn't, that I would hurt you.
I don't like your tone. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't like my tone either. I'm tired and
Insight
bored.
check this
Insight
boy.
I don't know why y'all are being so suspicious. I just had a dream. I decided.
21, motherfucker.
It seems it checks out.
Deceive me, you whore.
Wakes up, punches in the shoulder. I had a dream you cheated on me.
I can beat this.
Oh no, guys, we would have saw him.
Oh,
Oh!
Krusk
maybe
is
we wouldn't
notably
decide.
tired, even though he was like, he was Krusk tired by the end of the day yesterday. But compared to everyone else, he was in pretty good shape.
Krusk Bensley,
I mean, so Sagittarius.
What?
you know, as
I
say
mean,
it,
so Sagittarius very tired.
I'll just say sleepy. Krusk
I'm
seems like
groggy.
Okay, he's, like,
He's
exhausted.
tired.
Okay. So he's like freaking stumbling.
He's like this boy like didn't get sleep. He's probably vacant
We
eyed.
pulled an all-nighter.
I'm that kind of thing where I'm hungry in the morning, but it's the morning, so you don't want to eat, but you know you gotta.
Yep.
Oh, you did give him an
Dude.
exhaustion. I don't know why I didn't think about it. I just looked. I was just like, is he exhausted? It's like, yo, yeah, he's freaking
Yeah.
low disadvantaged. Sorry, my
what
brain.
were you up to last night, Krusk?
Nothing. I just couldn't sleep.
Uh-huh. I'm sure that's the case. Did you break your promise to me immediately after you made it?
No, it's just
No.
a dream.
No?
No, I had a bad dream,
So did I.
and
Oh, what of? Do share.
A lot of bad dreams.
chains.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Can I still hear the chains, by the way?
Well,
currently.
Yeah.
Roll me perception.
what an upsetting question.
Fourteen.
14? Ever so quietly in the background, there's this din that you have to focus for a second as everyone's getting their breakfast. You hear the ladles scraping the porridge and soups of the morning out of these large pots in the kitchen. Everyone's talking to you, and you swear you can't hear it. And then just quietly, just under all that noise, there is a light rattling of chains that you can notice.
And I keep hearing these chains. I can hear them now.
That's
Oh.
not good. Like the
That's-
chains that we heard down in the cult?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull Krusk out of the room so we can leave.
Bless you, love.
Yeah, you're
Sorry.
Just so that we can leave the old man to
Oh,
be
yeah.
in peace.
I didn't don't give him too much. I just had a dream. That's all.
No.
Regan's
Okay.
just
Well,
gonna
now we're
like
talking about
push
chains.
him
It
was
down
good
to be
knowing you,
sitting at a
Krusk.
table. Ow.
Goodbye, sir. We'll go and take care of this. You will just rest up, and I'm gonna close this door.
You see both him and the woman tending to him just looking so confused at you guys.
I don't.
That's
I think
valid.
they're all reacting very strongly to a dream. I don't know why. I'm gonna go eat more food.
And also I.
Yeah, food.
Big
And
Ed.
my food.
What do you mean you're still hearing the chains?
That's what it means exactly what I mean. I tried to go to sleep last night, and I just, ever so faintly, hear these stupid chains. I couldn't sleep a wink last night.
Like they're just rattling, or like, do you feel like they're on you or something? Or
I can't feel like they don't feel like they're on me. It's just I can hear them, just ever so slightly.
Just to be
Like
clear,
they're off in the distance.
just to be clear, so we know where everybody went. So it's you two are with him, and Maxine and I went to get food, more food.
yeah, I already ate.
Yes.
Okay.
I am
I just want to know who's
I-
where. That's all.
making
Mhm.
a point of eating all of the dried meat.
Where's Kyra?
Pretty.
I'm around Krusk as well. I'm listening. to
Okay,
them
so you're
talk
with
about
them,
that.
and
Yeah,
we're
I
getting
don't,
food.
I don't think I would have left if I heard like chains.
Yeah.
Krusk?
Hmm.
I say this because I care and because I'm worried. I need you to be totally honest with me because if you're not, I can't help. Were you messing with the abilities you figured out? I'm not gonna be mad. I just need to know so we know how to tackle this.
Insight check.
Go ahead. Not hiding any. I'm being honest.
She's gonna be so mad.
You, yeah, you go cross-eyed for a second, Krusk, as just the night is like, "Whoa," and you get about half of what you said, and you hear, "I'm gonna be mad."
I thought you were going the direction of like he like had it like blacked out for a second because he's tired. So she just says that whole thing and he just stares at her for a second and just. Sorry, what?
I was off.
I
in my own
didn't
little
catch a
world.
word of that.
Okay, maybe a little.
Krusk. I'm only asking.
But only because it was. I'm trying to learn these so I can be of more help.
You help so much already with the abilities that you have. You're enough.
Yeah, but the thing I was trying last night would be really helpful.
What were you trying to do?
To make like a massive wall of water just to like surround us or whatever. Like that'll take like attacks for us and things.
I can. As someone with a similar ability, I can understand why you would want to do that to help.
Imagine what else I can do with like the other elements. Like I can shoot a ball of fire at somebody.
Krusk.
Yeah.
I know it's exciting. However, did you start hearing these chains after you started messing with it?
No. I started hearing them after I saw my reflection try to come out of the wall of water I made.
So the answer to my question is yes.
You fucking what?
Kyra's gonna put her hand on Krusk's shoulder and just see if she can hear the noise as well, like the last time with the ringing.
Roll me a perception check, Kyra.
Okay.
So I gotta chop some chains. I'm not here. I'm
The
not actually
13?
asking. I'm just being dopey.
You don't notice anything? You try and listen. No.
Oh.
You do detect a ringing that you had gotten quite used to in your time inside the Fane, but while that familiar sound comes back, the chains themselves seem to elude you.
Oh.
What's up?
Oh, I'm
It's
just.
just I hear the same ringing that we've heard a million times before now.
You're clearly connected to things here. And I'm not trying to rain on your parade or stop you from learning about yourself, but you need to be careful with this.
Oh,
If you
I've been very careful. I was able to, like, as soon as that happened, I have a foolproof plan. I can cast one of my spells on it and it goes away. I can dispel the magic of whatever I'm doing.
Can I make a request?
I sometimes do take requests.
Well, I know I can't stop you from practicing this. You seem pretty adamant about it. So, if you're going to practice with it, let me be there. Just in case. I'm not gonna keep fighting with you about this. I just want to make sure you're safe. And that I can help if you need it. That is all I'm going to ask.
I feel like if we're talking about those chains, maybe Ajisar or Maxine should be there too. With those weapons they broke them with.
Nom, 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 nom.
I'd rather just Regan be there.
Okay.
If anybody's gonna be there, at least.
And I mean, since you broke your promise, you know what you're no longer allowed to call me.
No force on this planet can stop me from saying that.
Then I guess I'm an alien. Because I'm gonna
I was about to
absolutely
say, I
wreck
think
you.
we know one person.
As Ajitai appears with bacon and eggs on a plate.
Are you done being mad at him about my dream?
It wasn't a dream.
It wasn't a dream.
I mean,
What?
it was, but
Well,
also
it-
independently, he was
Whoa,
doing the thing
You're
that you
probably
did.
having like. You think you're one of those people that gets dreams like sent to you from like the
A
big guy?
magician.
An Arachne.
No, that's stupid. Talking
I
about the
mean-
gods.
You immediately start thinking of a specific diviner you know, Maxine.
Maxine like starts being like,
diviner.
that's fucking stupid, and then she'll be like,
I'm some kind of dream Arachne.
you should share your dreams more
Some
often.
kind of adept.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Krusk, can I get you breakfast or anything?
No, I'll be fine. Thanks. I
You
already
need
ate.
to eat. Okay. Just
I
gonna
brought
lean
you
down
guys
and
more
just kiss him
coffee.
on the forehead.
We should get going.
Okay.
All right.
You're gonna be good for the trip.
I'm just a little tired.
We could get like a wagon or something I can pull you.
No. Actually, yes. Let's do that.
I would pay so much money to see you pull a cart.
This
No, like a little
town-
wagon.
I'll pull a card.
I still.
They might have a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, I could do that. I could wheelbarrow him.
If you're offering to wheelbarrow me, sure.
I'm the fastest dwarf you'll ever see. We'll get there in no time.
All right. Like, you
Does
find
this town
me
have
a
like a
wheelbarrow.
Oh, sorry.
I want to
Find
go
me
looking for a
and
wheelbarrow.
I'll meet you later. We'll meet you at the edge of town. How about?
I want to go looking for a wheelbarrow now.
You had a question, Kyra?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Does this town? I'm assuming this town doesn't have any kind of like alchemists or potion shop or anything like that, right?
None that you've
It's-
seen.
Yeah, figured. All
Probably
right.
in the destroyed half of town.
Yeah, probably. Probably just missed it.
Looking around for wheelbarrow. Where are you looking and how are you looking?
I'm
Casper
looking-
Cashbuckle?
I'm looking around with my eyes.
You're just gonna walk around until
No,
you
you
spot
see,
one?
they've been trying to fix things, right?
It's
They've been
true.
trying to fix things, so I'm gonna look around at the places where they're fixing things because they have to transport it somehow in a
Yes.
wheelbarrow.
All right. You
Let's take
you
their
head
supplies.
on
Good
over
idea.
to some of the more destroyed buildings, and in basically no time at all, yeah, you can see one. It's just sat next to a building. It's got some wood in it.
I like go up to it, I look around, dump the wood out.
Oh my god.
I'm borrowing this.
Doesn't seem to be any of it here around.
Goodbye. I said I was borrowing it. All right, nobody see it's. I mean, it's just out in the open. I'm coming, Krusk. Just borrowing it. I'm not stealing it. I'm borrowing.
You really gonna let him push
Wow,
you
you
around?
found a wheelbarrow.
Okay,
Yeah, I found
here
one.
he is.
Look at it. It's nice.
Casper disappears, and about 10 minutes later, he just wheels a wheelbarrow up to the front of the tavern.
While Casper's looking for a wheelbarrow, I'd like to find a spot like in like the corner of the tavern and like make I don't know, I don't remember how long
Oh.
it takes me to make a potion of healing, but I have components to make those and I would like to make some if that would be
Well, me,
To make a you'd need to take a bit of downtime if you wanted to. You'd need at least about 2 days if you wanted to really rush yourself.
okay.
But you're
I can
looking at
remember.
it. All in all, it's about 8 hours of work. If you were to go in like entirely full day of work, you could do it.
Okay, I'll
or
do it
split
next time.
between two.
Regan does owe Maxine a haste potion. I don't remember.
I gotta
why.
practice. I gotta
But-
practice to do that. I'm not good enough yet.
Oh,
I do have the components though.
I can't wait for the end of the campaign when at that final fight I get my haste potion.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, if you ever have a day or two of time that you're not traveling, or if you have like while it would be harder, I would say, I might make you roll for it if you were trying to do it, like, say, in the back of a wagon. You
Yeah,
technically
hell no.
would be able
What
to,
the
it's just
fuck in
everything
a
would be shaking.
wheelbarrow?
Yeah. It's like, oh goodness. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Aaron, I have a question.
I may have an answer.
How long has it been since, like, Maxine's grouped up with the current group?
These guys, let's see. You've been with them for a bit now. I'd say it's been, let's see, you were there in Catla, so it's been, let's see, it was 2 weeks, let's see, weekend, about, almost about a month and a half.
Okay, and from when we first met, I sent a paper bird. Would I assume that in like a month and a half, if the paper bird was gonna get there, it would have gotten to my dad?
Yeah, you assume it would be there by now. As a bird flies, yeah, they would be, they'd be within a month for sure. It's far north, but it's you know, birds are fast.
Hmm. But if he sent one back, toot sweet, it probably would still be on its way over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. You just see Maxine doing a little bit of like math in her head before nodding, like, okay, everything's fine. I just wanted to know.
What?
Before they head out, heckin' Kyra is gonna take out her old spell book, the one that she doesn't use anymore, and she's going to hand it over to Yuri. That has sending in it. Learn it.
I'll see if I can decipher your chicken scratch.
Please. I have no witty comeback to that.
Be safe.
You too.
I
And
mean,
message
seems
me
fine.
once you learn it if anything happens.
Yeah, I could probably scrounge up enough to get this here. I think if I make the right deals. Take me a bit. Voice isn't exactly magically inclined. No, don't worry. I have some on me, but I do need a little bit. But I think I can probably scrounge that together.
I have some spell materials already. I think I purchased like 60 gold worth a long time ago. So she will just take those out and give them to Yuri. Like, here's a head start.
Are you sure? I mean, I can hang on to them for you.
I mean, it's not like I can really use them for much anyway. And the next time we get to a town, I'll probably just buy a shit ton. So it'll do you more good than me.
Fair. Well, I'll have them when you get back, or maybe I might steal some of them, but I'll have some of them when you get back.
All right. And she will give Yuri a hug and then take off.
Yeah, before we go, we're gonna find her dad, give him a hug, be like, peace out, don't do anything stupid, and then leave.
Bye,
He gives you
Grandpa.
a smile
Get
and says
Krusk.
nothing. Goodbye, grandson.
Yeah.
No, Dad,
Yeah!
no.
Is this not the thing? Is this not what
No,
we're doing?
it's not. He keeps.
Oh.
No, it's totally what we're doing,
No, it's
Grandpa.
not. He keeps
Hell
calling
no.
me mom.
He'll run up and hug his grandpa.
Ah!
Oh, I always knew you could do it, champ.
Yay!
Oh.
Oh, thanks.
We'll go
Aw.
visit Grandma real soon.
Oh, I can't wait to see Nana.
Yeah. She's gonna
Oh.
love you.
Ah! Don't
All right.
worry, you
Goodbye, Grandpappy.
Is Nana supposed to be your mom?
You ever seen an owl bear throw a watermelon?
I can't say I have.
Oh, you might.
All right,
believe
get in,
you're
Krusk.
indulging this. I can't believe. Actually, no,
Oh.
I can't. Never mind. I'm not at all shocked. I'm just disappointed. Anyway, let's go. Love you. Bye.
We march.
See you
We
soon.
march.
Alright,
Yeah.
You guys
We
head
march.
out.
We march.
Krusk
Dad.
climbs
We
into
march?
his wheelbarrow.
We march.
We march.
We march.
We march.
We march.
We march ceaselessly.
We march.
We march.
Be-
We roll ceaselessly.
um,
Well,
We do like the back pedal maneuver.
Oh yeah.
Sidestepping
Speedrunner
to speedrun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll turn it off when I'm good and
Guys?
ready, just so you know.
Is his ride the most comfortable ride he's ever had in his life?
It's miserable. It's really hard to push Krusk. You get about 200
No.
feet, and
No.
his ass begins to hurt.
Maxine is watching this from afar, saving every memory. This is fucking awesome.
He is able to be transported this way, but it is not simple going. However, you are on a road, so it's not impossible.
You know, Krusk, if I was in a shelter, this probably wouldn't work.
Yeah,
You
you're
see,
probably
as his
right.
eyes peer over the back of the wheelbarrow.
On his fucking tippy toes.
I'm sure that anyone will let me know if we go to run into something, though.
No,
Maxine's gonna lean over to Kyra. I can't wait for an incline.
one of you has to learn.
I'm just trying to help my friend.
You need to
That's
learn
really
not to do
appreciated.
that. Pick better friends. You could have helped me carry more eggs. You didn't.
Oh, you're right. I could have carried more eggs in this.
Mm-hmm. All right, when he inevitably gets out of it, what are we going to use that thing for?
Eggs.
We don't have any
To
eggs
hit
now.
him with.
Oh.
I could do that. You know how strong these things make me? I could pick that wheelbarrow up and I could hit him.
Oh, I know.
You say the word. I will take him out.
Well, whenever Krusk gets out, it's my turn.
I'm ready to put him down. Just tell me when.
Who are we taking out?
Oh,
Shut
no
up,
one
wheelbarrow boy.
Krusk.
I'd like to go out.
Watch out for that bump.
What? But
Bump, 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 bump.
Cast mold earth under the
fall
wheelbarrow.
oh, the
I
wheelbarrow
just,
got lighter all of a
I just
sudden. I
like
keep
fall
walking.
face first into like a thing of mud.
It's very unfortunate. But at the
You
exact moment you
crust-
fall out, you're right beside a little ditch that has an incline, and there's a thin stream at the bottom of it just running along. As you see Krust just tumble his way down until he's face first in the creek.
Cool.
This is
Kyra, I think that was a 10 for a wipeout. What do you think? I think that's a 10 out of 10. Are we giving him a 10
Hell
on this
yeah.
one? 10 out of 10 points for Krusk Bensley.
I do believe that's how karma works.
I just
Sorry,
stay there for a
Krusk. They
bit.
didn't warn me about the bump until it was too late.
No, I warned you at the exact appropriate moment.
Hey, Ajisai,
Yeah.
push Casper in.
Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, Casper.
I run away.
I know where this is going.
Luckily, you're a stubbly little dwarf. I catch
Never
you.
good. I run away.
An extended
I
pause.
take off
as
in
he
my
stares.
wheelbarrow.
Oh no, he's
I take
trying
off
to
and
run.
jump in my wheelbarrow.
We got a runner.
All right,
In true
Casper,
Maxine,
a-
oh,
an escape artist, begins to try and escape via the only reasonable route you can escape in a wheelbarrow, down the sharpest incline towards Krusk.
You'll never catch me.
Oh, no, you
I
got
thought
away.
it couldn't get
Tell ya,
better.
Ajisai, I'm the world's fastest dwarf you'll ever see.
As you impact with the water, there is a massive splash,
Ah!
and I would like you to roll me a dexterity saving
He
throw.
is the
You
world's...
got it,
He is-
Mr. Yeah.
He is the world's fastest dwarf I've ever seen. That's the title.
So it would
As it
seem.
hits the water, you just see the flowing, silky beard of this small dwarf wave just a little bit in the wind as he backflips out of this wheelbarrow,
Perfect
sending
dismount.
a small tidal wave
that
towards
brings his wipeout
the
score down.
face down Krusk.
Can I have a superhero landing at the end?
You do? You sink into the mud a little bit, and
I did it.
you have to like kind of wrench your shoulder for a second. You're like,
Man,
pull it out of the mud.
he made that easy for me.
He really did.
I didn't even have to
He
do
just did it
anything.
himself.
Yeah.
I can't see on the other side of this wheelbarrow. I thought I was going down the road.
And that is the gods punishing them.
Oh, thank you, Cord. What a gift you've sent down. Maxine will kiss her hand and put it up to the sky. That's for you, Cord.
What you
I
doing in the
wanna get
mud
up.
there, Krusk? Get out of it. Come on.
I want to get up, but I don't want to get up.
I pull him.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
You kind of have
Pulling
to peel him out as a Krusk-shaped indent has laid itself into the soft clay that comprises the majority of the bottom of this creek.
Come on, Krusk. The wheelbarrow didn't work. You got to walk now. Come on. I just drag him out.
Leave me.
As
Help.
as you extract him, you see water slowly begin to fill in the Krusk-shaped hole.
I'm gonna cast prestidigitation to clean myself up.
As though he were sprinkling glitter over himself, he just waves his hand and this hair just and all the
that's
clay and mud
convenient.
seems to disappear from it as some of the dirt and detritus that has now accumulated on his armor simply flees from him.
I will pull my wheelbarrow back up. I don't care if Krusk doesn't get in it. This is my wheelbarrow now.
Roll me a strength check.
No! Why?
And the DM give
Oh.
it
My
You see
wheelbarrow!
a determined dwarf effectively
watching-
put this wheelbarrow on like a turtle shell and begin walking up the sharp incline back
God,
to the
it's-
road.
It's like watching an ant with a piece of bread.
I put it down and I start pushing it again with nothing in it. This is mine.
You can see the road way better without Krusk in it.
Oh, this is a lot easier. I'm gonna put my little knapsack in there. I'm gonna put my extra boots. I'm gonna put this 5 platinum elven wine.
Don't put all your stuff in the wheelbarrow. What happens if there's a
This
sudden?
is me home now.
What happens if we cross a bridge and there's a bump and it bumps and you lose all your stuff?
Oh, you're right. I'll put everything in my bag of holding and then I'll put it in the wheelbarrow.
Or you
Yeah.
could
Or
you
you just
put DM?
Yeah.
Could we put the wheelbarrow in our bag of holding?
I don't think
big.
it's-
Bit too
I was
big
like,
for
that's
the,
way
for
too
the
big.
opening.
Too
Yeah.
large.
Yeah.
If you had a portable
That's-
hole, you could put it in that.
But alas,
Okay, I won't put everything in it. I'll only put my I'll only put my empty balloon pack.
why do you still have that?
Because
That's
we can
literally
maybe
trash.
recharge it.
How? It has to be recharged at the air temple, doesn't it?
Maybe.
The air node, which you don't know where or what that is.
Yeah. We don't even know
If
what
we
that
ever
is.
find it, I guess.
You are aware that it must be charged at an air node, but have no context to what that means.
The same thing that
Put my
lets me
empty
cause an
balloon pack.
apocalypse is needed to recharge it.
I'll put my alchemy jug, and I'll put my expensive elven wine, and that will be the only 3 things in my wheelbarrow.
All right.
The balloon pack will cushion everything else.
You
Let's
guys
go,
continue on the
everyone!
road. In your first day of travel, you get to the foothills of the Summer Hills, where normally you took the larch path last time. You are now on the long road, which is much more well paved. Your trip is fairly easy going. The rain of yesterday seems to be just evaporating off the ground as you progress north. It seems to get hotter and hotter. Your
As we
first
set
night-
up.
Oh, go on.
No, I was gonna say as we like set up for the first night to like do camp or whatever. If there's ever a point where all the group is together, Cairo would address them all. Would try to gather them, round them up.
Yeah, sure. Especially, I'm assuming you're probably staying in your hut. I would guess since you're on the road.
That's fair. Yeah, probably.
I'll put a little rock in front of the wheel of my wheelbarrow, and I'll sleep in it. But I'm looking at the tension over at Kyra.
What's up?
So after we deal with this Westbridge situation, and hopefully find Casper's not thief friend. I was wondering if it would be okay with all of you if we take a small detour.
What's wrong?
My Yuri and I's hometown, it's in a bad way right now because of all of this happening.
Bad way,
the,
hell.
The elemental that protects our village is being driven kind of insane by these cultists and whatever they're doing.
Oh.
And if we have a barrier that protects our village and him, but if it fades like it's starting to now, then it could be a big problem for everyone there. And Yuri suspects there might be people involved with the cults that live there, and I don't like that. I don't like the idea that there are people involved with this messing things up for my home.
How small of a detour are we talking?
Yuri can teleport us there, and
Oh.
teleport us back to Yartar. So the longest part of it would probably be the trip from Yartar back to the temples.
How long is that again?
How long is that?
You've never been? Judging from what you've heard from Yuri, it would be a little over a week, maybe a 10-day.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be super far. It would be closer, but not by a huge shot. Like you could, from Tribor, which is not a bit farther than Westbridge, you'd be a day out from Yartar, and you'd be as close to the keeps as you would be to Neverwinter.
Okay.
Like they'd be almost equidistant.
So, yeah, about 7-10 days. I know it's a kind of a big ask considering everything we're dealing with. But
Well,
what was that, Maxine?
I was lagging. I mean, technically that would put us in a place where there's a teleporter, right?
I mean, that is
Really?
Yeah.
So, like, outside of the 7 days that we spend going, it could actually shorten our travels. I mean, you're smart. I'm gonna do what you want us to do anyway.
I'm personally
I think
fine
it's a
with
good
it.
idea.
If your home is in trouble and it also has something to do with the cults, and you believe that there are cultists within your home, then that's something we need to deal with. We decided this was a path we were going down as a group, and personally, I'm more than happy to take a detour to make sure that your home is safe and we can root out the issues.
It's the same as this trip, yeah. Well, if there's cultists there, just like what we're gonna do over in this town, we can find out more information on what's going on.
Absolutely.
I think it's a great idea.
I do too.
I tried to... Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I tried to contact him, the elemental, and he didn't respond, but I saw that same fucking thing we keep seeing everywhere, that purple eye. So he's definitely not in his right mind right now. And he could also do a lot of harm to a lot of people in his way if he's coming here, which Yuri thinks he is. So, it'd be good for them too.
Let's get settled. We have to make our way back to Yuri, right? After we get done with this.
Yeah. I can't do what she does, so we gotta wait for her to be good enough.
While they're resting up, let's go take care of business.
Kyra,
Okay.
what can you tell us about this elemental? You said he's coming here? Any
He's-
information would be good.
You remember those things we saw in the plane of Earth? Those giant
Mm-hmm.
turtle-looking things?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Shit.
And the reason it's such a problem for the people in my town is because the town is on his back.
I knew that's where you're going with
Uh,
that. I knew that's what you're gonna say.
And they call my place
All right,
the spine
hear
of
me
the
out.
world.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Does he have a favorite food?
We're not even on a turtle or anything.
A favorite
I don't
food?
Does the
know.
elemental have a favorite food or like a special rock he eats?
I don't know.
All right, because we could have
Like-
shortened this trip up. We just get lots of that, and then we wait for him to come to us and to bring the town to where we are.
I mean, I'd prefer to keep him from getting very far because he could trample towns. So,
Nah,
Do you think
he
maybe
wouldn't
he's
do
being-
that.
Is he a fire elemental, Kyra?
he's an earth elemental.
Earth elemental.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry. Then maybe. Do you think he's maybe being drawn to, like, the Earth Temple?
Oh.
Or those who are left are trying to summon him?
That
Mr.
Could
Mr.
be.
DM.
The
Mr.
exact-
DM?
Oh.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
It's a thought that would occur to Maxine that I don't. Would my weapon? So it has dominate monster, but it's only earth elementals.
You could try
Would-
and use that on it.
Do you
could
think
try.
that like the earth temple's like controlling them somehow?
Kwong, go home.
I
Could
mean-
be.
Cause like Iron Fang can like control elementals and stuff, but I don't know if they
Yuri
have any
also said that
abilities to do so.
elemental. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that was the end of my sentence.
Yuri said that elementals everywhere are kind of going crazy.
Hmm.
So I don't know if it's
Oh.
specifically him. It might just be like some kind of disruption in the planar energies. I don't fucking know.
Are you going crazy?
Things are out of balance.
No.
She's crazy.
not an elemental.
Flares for a second.
What do you
I mean,
mean?
barring the one time that my hair
What
acted
do
up
you-
without
what
my
do you-
permission.
What do you mean you're not an elemental?
I'm because I mean I'm part elemental, but I'm not full
But your
elemental.
hair's made of fire.
I mean, it's not made. It's hair. My hair is hair. It
No.
just sometimes it kind of
Really?
looks like fire.
Maxine
Did
will
you
reach
hear
out
what you
and
just
touch her
said?
hair. The first time ever occurring to Maxine that this hair is not fire. Oh.
Warm, but yeah, that's
Oh, see?
hair.
No, everybody, we
Oh.
all. That's fire. I don't know how to tell you.
I mean,
Even
I
when
just-
Looks like fire. It's still hair.
It's
Or maybe even when it looks like hair,
very
it's
soft.
still fire.
You know, Ajisai, maybe you're right. I think you know better than me living 24 years with this hair.
I just thought you've been tired all day.
Oh.
Said Hachisa, you've been tired all day.
No, I'm just. It's the whole day. It's the day of the new moon or whatever. I'm just.
Ajisai's in a funk.
I'm in a funk.
Like-
And I'm having prophetic dreams and just a lot. You're not an elemental, apparently. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. That much is true.
But to summarize, I'm all for it. Anybody else? Any issues with going to help Kyra?
Nope.
Nah.
I defer.
I don't
Okay.
think I should draw a card on top of your friend turtle.
Yeah,
Now,
please don't.
Well,
So
don't
we should
fucking
do that either
that's a
before or
shit.
after we find my thing.
Yeah.
I think it's probably gonna be before, because you're. Never mind.
Well, like I'm just saying, like if we before or after we come back from the turtle. I'm more saying, and that way we don't do anything to it.
Well,
Mhm.
you could always just have it and not draw from it until we've finished with Kyra's village.
That's what I'm saying. Before or after.
Okay. Making sure we're on the
Is
same
your home
page
called
here.
like Turtle Home, like with an L, like Holm?
It
Is
doesn't
Turtle
really
Home?
have a proper name, right, Aaron?
Yeah,
Or does it?
people kind of have different ways they refer to it. Some people call it Sahara Village. Some you just call it home because most people from the outside don't visit, so you've never been asked where are you from.
Yeah, it
Just
just
kind of doesn't
Is
come up.
everybody there like you and Yuri?
I mean, mostly it's a mostly Ganassi village.
Nobody comes to visit. Are we gonna? Do we need to bring anything?
That's
No.
Oh,
not-
right, the transportation, right. That's how we're getting on the turtle.
You don't really need to bring anything. I mean, I suppose you could if you wanted,
Do I
but
need to wear something fancy?
no, not at all. We wear whatever
good.
we want.
We're
Good,
trying
I
to
don't
save
own
them.
anything but this.
Weren't the people in Westbridge like, I don't know, in the middle of dying or something? Like they didn't have a lot of time left or something?
No, what we're saying is we'll do this first and then
Yes.
go there.
After.
Yeah, we're in the
Okay.
middle of resting by a fire right now because we can't walk
The
too
order
much
of
or we'll get real
operations would be
tired like you.
go to Westmarch, resolve that, go back to Yuri. Yuri teleports us back to Turtle Town.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Tomato.
I mean, to be fair, I
Right,
could just make
yeah.
myself look fancy if I want to.
Well, when I said it, I thought it too. This blew up
All right.
Tomato Town.
All right, Kyra.
Huh? What?
Would this look good? I stand up. I'm gonna make my glamored armor look like Kyra's outfit.
Pff.
Well, that's
Oh my
interesting.
god,
How
the
about
tiny Kyra.
I
Fascinating.
need you to
the-
take that
is this
off
like the garb of
right
the-
now.
Is this like the garb I should wear?
Oh my
No.
god, it's a tiny, tiny
You wear
Kyra.
whatever wear whatever you want that isn't that.
Or maybe
I
something
think-
like this. I use my glamored armor to look like Yuri.
Oh!
You definitely don't look like that either.
Why not?
Oh, why?
Oh, what about
Because
this?
it doesn't
I turn
work
into-
for you.
I turn into
Oh, but it
Oz's
does.
outfit.
Does it work? For you?
I
make
don't
you
know
feel
if that's
things?
true.
Yeah.
So making
I
you
change
feel
into
some
Adji
sort of
size
way,
outfit.
some sort of confusion.
No.
Oh,
Hmm.
my clothes.
Mm.
Do you got my mask?
Yes.
Oh, look at you, a tiny little vengeful thing. You look at you go.
I was in a wall.
What? Tell me more about it.
Oh my god.
I've never heard about this before. That's crazy.
Oh.
Was it like a small wall,
Probably a lot
like a
smaller than
fence?
yours.
Were you
Oh,
Looking
tiny
closer
wall.
at Casper, you also see his arms seem to have the tattoos, but then you see they're actually quite thin veneered sleeves with the tattoos on top.
Holy shit. This
That's
is
incredible.
fucking
Oh, look at you.
I spend the rest of my night turning into tiny variants of all
All
of
right,
our
now,
friends.
now, Krusk.
Like I like to think.
Hold
it
on,
would
before
turn
you
into
get out of
Cairo,
that, Krusk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look like Maxine.
What?
like-
Did it.
Do it.
All right. Now you two fight.
Yeah!
I
No.
don't
You look like
think
Maxine.
Crust
You look like
wants
Max.
that.
Go.
This is the part in the card. She's like, "Now you two fight." Oscar's like, "Ha ha ha, that's ridiculous." As a fist comes in from Oscar. I win.
I mean, Maxine's looking. She's thinking about it.
Maxine.
No.
Not that we have much downtime.
Well,
Not tonight. I'm not saying tonight. There's too much going
No.
on.
she's just looking between you and a Krusk, like fists
Oh.
half raised, like you're distracting her very well, but she was probably going to beat up Krusk.
Don't hit him.
Wh-
But my suggestion,
Okay.
I may have stronger capabilities to turn into stronger creatures now.
Like what?
Specifically a brown bear.
Ah.
Do you want to fight me as a bear?
Yeah. No shit. Yes. Yes.
I really want to fight you as a bear.
I love the
Sorry,
no
I-
shit.
Yeah. That's why I said. Sorry. I just. Yeah. A bear? Are you fucking kidding me? Do you? I mean, wrestling bears is a lot of fun and all, but like, a person bear probably, or be harder. I guess a little bit.
Yeah.
She's like making arm chop motions, like better at fighting.
Oh, you'll probably kick my ass.
All right, well,
you
You
know,
what?
Yeah.
I said kick
Sure.
my butt.
No, that's not what
Huh.
I heard.
No, they said kick my ass.
Aw,
I did not.
Because
I
you
turn into her
cursed.
dad's clothes.
You super curse.
Weird.
Now you listen
You
here, young
thought
lady.
about enough.
little
Yeah,
tape
I
on
don't know where
beard.
you. No clue where you fucking got that from, but good for you.
Now you listen here, young lady.
My father would never.
You cannot be doing that.
Ah, it's nothing. I've heard worse from her.
I'm gonna subtly cast Major Image, just so her dad appears in like a tree, like a fucking jungle man.
Now that is more accurate.
Oh, I'm sorry, son. I didn't mean to look like you, son. I'm gonna change now. I'm crushed now.
Yes, that's right. Says the illusion.
Grandson.
Major.
Ah, Papa.
We just hear Krusk try. Oh wait, I guess it can make noise.
Mm-hmm. Major
Yep.
image.
Major image. Huh.
I can make it say whatever I want.
Oh,
Just kill me.
I mean,
Kill me.
listen,
No.
it's my
no.
fault, sir. I'm a bad influence on. I'm an.
Just
I make another image of Regan saying, "You listen to your mother."
no.
Does major
Yes,
image
Mom.
require
Oh, I see
concentration?
what this is no.
It does,
I believe so,
yes.
yes.
I'ma pick you up. Are there any inclines around? Or declines, I guess.
Woo!
You catch me
a
first.
D100.
Are there any clines of any direction? Alright.
Be
Computer.
careful, he's wormy. He's
I gotta
wormy.
hold on. And yeah.
Car just
I
pulls
am
up the
Under
wheelbarrow.
50, bad for Krusk. Above 50,
Bad
good
for
for
Krusk.
Bad for Krusk.
There are clines abound.
I am to throw him down a cline. A suitably
Oh, you
suitably
catch me first,
angled cline.
bitch.
I will.
You can only run
More
for
than
so long.
likely.
What do you want me to roll to catch him?
Let's get an athletics check from the both of you. As
You have an owl in your face,
As you
Krusk.
dad sprint away.
Can I acrobatics?
Acrobatics?
Yeah.
This would be athletics since it's just a flat sprint.
Okay. We're going to. Yeah.
Shit.
And the owl in your face would have also given you disadvantage as well. So as Krusk is set upon by everybody, you catch it quick.
I am to throw him
Now, the
down
question is,
the steepest
the
climb.
upcline
I'm just
or the
watching.
The decline. I'm to throw him down the steepest decline. Actually,
like
you know
the-
what? I have these bracers. I'm gonna. So, you like jumped up and you're at attention, aren't you, Casper?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Sorry. I'm going to throw him into the wheelbarrow, then kick the wheelbarrow down the steepest decline that I can. So he just rolls away.
Oh,
Excuse me, DM Sama. Before all this happened, I said I put a rock in front of my wheelbarrow.
I'll move it. It's whatever. I'll move the wheel. I have to turn the wheelbarrow to face the right way, anyways.
No!
Yeah, I mean, I can't
Got you
say
there.
a stone would stop Ajisai for long. Krusk.
Yeah.
Do you will the
Stop it for
wheelbarrow
5
to go
years.
down the hill?
But done.
No.
A small chunk of earth explodes out of the ground about 10 feet down as he's rolling. Now, this does stop
This
the wheelbarrow.
Will.
Yeah.
But it does not.
Zoing.
And as you feel your success, you are overcome with joy as you are ejected from the wheelbarrow. And a la Princess Bride, as you wish, he tumbles down the hill a good 15 or so feet before, once again, the earth seems to rise up to slow and stop his movement.
I'd
Does
like
he
to
have to
keep
make a
my concentration going.
I would like him to roll something for that.
Yes. Roll a concentration check. We'll say a moderate difficulty. Well, for you. We'll see if you can do this.
DM summer. Is Maria better okay?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
21. He's still concentrating. Casper, you look down and the wheelbarrow's stopped entirely, and it's fine.
Oh, you almost gave me a heart attack.
You do see a brown box dangling, tilting ever so slightly on the edge. As it rocks back and forth.
I sprint! I bonus action sprint!
As you leap for your wine, roll me an acrobatics check.
I would like to add an image of Krusk to my illusion. Be just over and over calling Regan mom and
Hold on.
17.
Oh, for course
Mum,
sake.
Mummy,
This is great.
Mum.
You leap out and you grasp the box as it just tips and begins to fall, as you are now held onto this projection, this literal square of earth dangling over this, not actually that deep, but
No,
while you're
it's a
holding
cliff.
something valuable, basically an abyss below you.
Argisai! Uppies!
Uppies.
Uppies!
All right. I wasn't trying to punish you.
Yeah!
Mommy.
You,
Oh.
with relative ease, rescue an adult Casper who clutches, I'm sure quite carefully, a wooden box to his chest.
Oh, you did it, Argisai. Thank you.
Kill me. Just
Yes,
kill me.
illusory Regan and Krusk both are in agreement that Regan is mom.
Yeah, I'm a step away real quick. Be right back.
Roger that.
Would
Just kill me.
You all return to the group in relative order.
oh, that was close. I almost lost concentration on that.
What a shame that would have been.
You got to
Oh,
stop
that'd been terrible.
agitating them, Krusk. They're gonna destroy Wheelie.
Oh no.
So I never do this. Hey,
Mhm.
Chris, come here. Come here.
No.
Oh.
I programmed my illusion to go towards Regan.
They seem unfazed by it, given that they saw you cast it and pay attention to you. However, there's now an illusory Krusk also next to you.
Is
How
it still
tall is
calling you
Krusk?
Mom?
How tall is Crust?
How tall is Krusk? That's
Oh,
good.
he's like
He's
6
6
foot. Yeah.
All right, cool. Maxine, will you lift me up real quick?
Yep.
About crest height.
I elevate. I know exactly what is about to happen. I scoop Regan up by the armpits in a graceful motion, allowing them to get the momentum they need.
Can you hold me around the waist? Just
Oh.
waist.
I throw Regan up a little bit to move it so that I'm holding her by the waist.
Wonderful. She's gonna wheel back and punch Krusk in the face.
Yep.
Nice.
Whoa,
Roll
shit.
me strength plus dexterity, please.
Whoa!
No, don't roll. I
Maxine-
hit
Oh,
it.
you're
I take
not
it.
avoiding? All right, he takes it like a champ.
Maxine's
What is your strength
swings are
modifier?
like a bat.
+0!
All right, you take 1 point of damage, Krusk, and make me a Constitution saving throw.
14.
14. You succeed.
Uh-oh.
My illusions go, ooh!
As Maxine also goes, whoa!
You can put me down now.
Oh, yeah. Shit, sorry.
Ow.
Hmm.
Ugh,
Enough.
but it's just so fun.
I don't care.
You guys have such a weird relationship.
What is fun for you is not always fun for me, Bensley.
Oh. That can't be true. Impossible. Fine, I'll stop.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry, Pappy.
Those two, however,
I have to go.
Your illusion looks sadly at you.
Yep.
It gives you a Terminator thumbs up as it slowly sinks into the ground.
I had to program it to do that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's just your conscience making it happen.
Yep.
I have learned my lesson. I am putting my expensive wine in my bag of holding forever now.
I can't believe you made Regan's dad buy you wine.
I can't do it
I
myself.
can.
You can't.
It's
believe
incredible.
You made Regan's dad what?
Buy him wine.
Oh,
That's incredible.
He's a crazed mountain man now.
I'm gonna set up my bed. I'm gonna set up my bedroll inside my wheelbarrow, and I'm gonna put a rock in front of it again.
Come back, he's got a new hat and a prospector's beard. He's like, Regan!
Regan!
There's gold in there!
I know one thing and one thing's for sure.
I'll tell you something.
Currency is crypto.
God.
Anyways, reality reasserts itself. You all find rest for your first evening unless you have any more shenanigans. I'm cool with this just being the whole stream.
I know.
No, we haven't played D&D in a long time, and we want to play around.
Yeah.
Really? You know, honestly, it's probably great we're running today, so we're not as fucked on schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that just means that Carrie and Izzy are gonna be worse.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I'm
Okay.
I'm just checking a spell to be
Aaron, am I small enough to put my bedroll in my wheelbarrow?
You can certainly try.
Yay.
I was just seeing how long it takes a bird to get to
Oh,
Plague
while.
upon a hex upon ye.
I mean,
Also just
you can
gonna-
say all you want to me, Buttons.
That's gonna take a while.
Oh, I know. I was just checking how long is like 50 miles per 24 hours. I was just checking.
Oh,
For no reason at all.
no raisin.
No reasons.
all right. That actually
Also
helps me
is-
know exactly when it's going to show up.
You're welcome.
Also,
Oh,
is Kyra supposed to be
no.
an NPC on the combat
What the
tracker?
fuck?
Yes, they are now neutral because they
Oh,
hate you
fuck.
all.
That's
Oh,
fair.
damn. They hate us because we're
I-
gonna
You
help
agreed
them.
to save my village, so I must kill you.
You agreed to save my village. I'm now a quest-giving NPC.
Weird vibes. Weird vibes. Weird vibes.
You
Good night.
you find rest for the evening. The day goes without event. The road seems clear. Actually, it seems oddly quiet, even on some of the less populous roads in the Sword Coast. Normally, you'd expect to see at least 1 or 2 people a day. You see nobody.
Oh.
Your second day begins as you begin travel. And much like the last day, nobody.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh, this is giving me the creep.
Yeah, I don't like this.
It's a small road, I'm sure. Not many people on the road this time of year, probably.
Oh, thank
Especially around
God!
here.
Thank the gods! Thank you. I thought that would be a problem.
Yeah.
If there's any
I'm sure.
activities you'd like to do throughout the second day or evening, let me know now. Otherwise, we'll just churn through until you arrive in Westbridge.
Because Krusk alleviated my fears, I no longer think it's weird that there's no one on the road.
As
got it.
we're going, I'd like to cast, let's see. Are there any, woodland critters around so I can Disney princess at them?
While you're in the hills, I'd say you could find some. They're not as Disney-esque creatures to find in the foothills you're at. You see, there are a couple squirrels, but mostly throughout the day you see the odd snake here and there.
Okay, great. As
Aw,
we
Disney
get closer, I'd like to cast Speak with Animals through my staff.
All right.
If we find like either a snake or a squirrel, just as
like when we're like outside the village or the town or whatever the fuck.
Sure, so that'd be on the third day. So, all right, you can do that.
Cool.
I'll be around the end of the third day. You'd be arriving quite close. It'd be towards night.
That's totes fine. Yeah, so as soon as she finds a critter, you can let me know whatever that critter be.
Sure. Why don't you roll me? Why don't you roll me D100? We'll use those. They're fun for random generation. The closer to
Ooh, a lot of
one,
D100s
the
today.
more immediately helpful.
I just roll high. I should never play a cleric.
You find a badger
Cool.
just
That's
peering
fine.
at you angrily from its hole.
Oh, look at that fucker. Oh, it's growling.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals on it.
Oh, hey, you better not come over here.
Oh, I'm not gonna.
That's right. As you'll catch these claws.
Throw claws.
I'm sure I would. Regan's gonna kneel down, just where she is. She's not gonna move any closer. We heard that there was trouble close to here. Have you seen anything? Anything strange?
Trouble for me, no. Now, no one's brave enough to come near my hole.
I'm sure you're terrifying, truly.
Climbs out and kind of scans the area before its head
Max.
snaps back to the group. Is like, making sure you're not sneaking up on it. No, nobody's passed through. Probably because they heard about me.
I bet. I mean, I heard about you. That's why I wanted to talk to you.
Lots of screaming in the town a couple days back.
Okay.
That
Has
must
it
have been
gone-
when word reached them. Of my fury. That's why they call me Badger.
I heard
Go
about
back
you,
home, we can
Badger.
eat those.
So it's gone. Has it gone quiet, Sir Badger?
So cute. It's so fluffy.
Comparatively to the screaming, yes.
Nothing else strange or out of the ordinary for you?
I saw. It stops for a second and squints at you. I don't know if I should tell you.
I can keep a secret.
Roll me persuasion.
Convince
Oh my god!
I'm so happy. God. Persuasion.
Can we
Let's
keep
go!
Yo!
Yeah!
You know what? You seem all right. You can come closer, but not them.
Okay.
They stay away.
Were they saying we
guys-
could come closer?
No,
Yeah,
you
is
guys, you kind of understand.
What?
You guys stay back. I've got this covered. I'll tell you all about him. Mr. Badger
You
here
better
is
watch
very
out.
fierce.
There's stories about a great badger around these parts.
Regan will approach and be down on his
Pet
level.
it.
It kind of strains out of its hole. It doesn't leave its entire body, as it seems still protective of it. But it leans up towards you to whisper in your ear. I saw this deer, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I want to fucking kill that thing. and as I was thinking that, its flesh melted away.
Oh, goodness!
So I think I've gained some sort of power. Keep that on the down low.
This badger doesn't have rainbow eyes, does it?
It does not.
Is it randomly tripping? What the fuck is going on?
Oh, good. That's an incredible power you have there.
Some of the area around it died when it happened too.
Oh, goodness. Well, you should keep that power under wraps and only use it against the fiercest of foes.
As long as nobody messes with my hole. This is
You know-
my hole.
And of what a fine hole it is.
Love my hole.
It's very impressive. have a friend who wanted to pet you, but I don't think you would want her to. Sir Badger, do you mind if I pet your head? Just so I can tell her the great stories, and so that she can be forever envious that I was in contact with you.
Yes. But only you.
Okay.
'Cause you seem kind of cool.
She's going to reach down and just give the best scritches on the top of his head and like his cheeks and just get in there.
Their eyes close and they get kind of too into it for a bit, and then they snap back and they're like, "Nah, whatever, we're done. We're done here."
Thank you so much, Badger. It was
Whatever,
a
I
pleasure
didn't like
getting
that
to
or
meet
anything.
you.
Sorry, can you say that again?
It was a pleasure getting to meet you, Sir Badger.
Yeah, you're right, I guess.
She will stand up and she'll stand up and give him like a low bow and then walk away.
He gives you a small nod. Or backing up until you just see two little pinpricks staring at you guys from the hall.
What a wonderful little man.
So what'd he say?
Something terrifying. Also, Maxine, I pet him for you. He was very soft.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm not allowed to pet him?
No, don't. You might not want to. He
Probably
is-
thinks I'm too tough. Yeah. Probably heard about me.
You're
I'm-
blasted, dude!
Oh goodness.
What?
So he believes that he was the one to do this, but I don't think he was. He said
Did he say it was like a couple days previously? Sorry, speaking to the Badger was a fever dream.
He didn't say what happened, he just said he saw it happen.
Okay.
It was beautiful.
It was wonderful.
Badger, damn it.
So he said that there was a deer that he wanted to kill, but he watched its flesh melt off of its body?
He melted the flesh off of a deer?
No. Sure, Casper. Absolutely.
Yeah, fear me!
Oh,
Close,
Hold on.
Sir Badger.
Maxine will hold up a finger and then do a divine sniff to the air. Like a pointer dog ready to show
As you look around,
where trouble is.
there's nothing that comes up, at least not within 60 feet of you.
I mean, it doesn't
What you
smell
doing?
like anything.
Gonna go? Alright, that's it! Prepare to feel my rat! Yeah, whatever, I didn't want to do it anyway.
Wait!
Just act scared. Just act scared.
Did that
Maxine.
badger just take a poop?
What the
I'm on my wheelbarrow. I'm away. I am staying away from this badger. I'm on my wheelbarrow.
Nah, I'm not. Nope, Maxine's not scared of this fucking badger. Whatever. She's still sniffing. Doesn't smell like anything necrotic
There's a badger.
happened.
Oh, you missed a
Oh,
lot.
you
You
missed
missed the
the
badger.
best conversation ever.
With the badger?
in
Yes.
person.
Correct.
Fucking stupid badger won't let me pet
So
it.
he
Bitch.
said that he saw the deer's flesh melt off of its body, and some of the the nature around it died.
With a
Does that
cursory
sound like-
glance, do we see this patch of grass? Since the badger was
Do
probably
we
in its
see the
hole.
deer jelly?
It's dark. Roll me a perception check with disadvantage, please, if you're looking for it.
Sure.
I will-
I,
I will
as
go
an
and look as well.
Asimar, can cast the light cantrip. Might I do
Yeah.
so?
That will still illuminate 60 feet around you, but it wouldn't illuminate much further.
Fine. I have dancing lights prepared.
So
I'll,
within, we just take the higher of the two.
Okay.
So, should I roll with?
Roll with disadvantage,
Disadvantage?
and then
Okay.
if
So I can help in this regard. If we're trying to just create light.
Well, I see nothing. I am bothered by this fucking badger.
Oh, I'm pretty good.
So I will ignite Hikari Kiba, which gives us a total of 80 feet, 40 bright, 40 dim.
40 bright, 40 dim.
E.
All right, one of the higher of those two. Casper, hard to see, but you see some dead foliage with on a max, you'd probably just catch it too with the 15.
Woo!
At the very
Oh,
edge
not
of
me.
Hikarikiba's
I know.
light. Well, since it's within the light, you take the larger of the two.
Oh, okay.
It's only the darkness that's imposing that.
Darkness.
Maxine, over here! Over here!
You do see a line that seems to be running through the woods.
Oh, does
Goodness.
does it smell necrotic?
No. It does not seem, it does not give any immediate sense that this is like necrotic energy. As you look at it, it looks like everything seems to have either like boiled or burnt away. There are like edges of things that were connected with by this that haven't died. It just looks like a path seemed to have been cut through with something that just annihilated life in that area.
Is there a weapon that could do this?
Or is there any type of magic that I would
Yeah,
know
I was like, is there a
that could possibly-
spell that
Yeah.
those of us who are
Wall
inclined
of fire?
magically?
At
Well,
a
you guys- well,
distance,
you guys trying to find it. What's the
you can think a
magic?
lot of things. You'd probably have to actually inspect it thoroughly if you wanted to really get a better idea. But when you think of weapons, I mean, a magical weapon, maybe, but what one, you have no idea.
I would like to casting light, just like she'll like cast it on her little thing of mistletoe, so she's just emitting light. And she'll just like walk over to like where Casper was pointing, and she's just gonna go inspect it to see if she
I
can
will.
think of like any spells that could do this.
I
They
will
walk
join
off.
her.
All right, you guys move about
Well,
80 feet off of the road. And you, as you get closer, you find the carcass of the aforementioned deer with most of the flesh. Some of it seems to still be intact, like it's not all gone, but a lot of it seems to have just been stripped away as though like boiled in lye. And as you look around, can I get a investigation check?
Absolutely. I'm going to guide myself.
Do it.
Ah! Yeah!
Pretty
I love a
good.
4. That's
Nice.
a good guide. That's a maximum guide. Now watch me roll butts. What did I say?
And
Butt
16.
roll.
A 12 and a 16. You guys are there. All right. And can I get a medicine check? I'll say, or a medicine or nature for the deer.
Ooh, okay. I am proficient in medicine, so I'm gonna do that.
I'm proficient in nature if I can
Yeah.
look at it too.
That's a
Oh,
one!
Regan,
Your
you're
style
overcome with kind
points.
of this sense of like horror as you actually see the corpse, as like part of its face is still intact. It's a gruesome sight, and you just have a bit of trouble focusing as you look at it. Casper and Kyra, you guys, you give Regan a bit of space as they're kind of recovering from that. Kyra, you notice it first with a lot of the stuff burnt around. It looks and almost feels wet, but the rain has been drying up over the last couple days, so it shouldn't be from that. And you just reach down and you just gently kind of touch some of it against some of the more destroyed grass in the area, and you feel a slight burning on the tips of your fingers. And Casper, you would come to a similar conclusion when you look at it. The deer, there are these bubbles and pustules that have formed that only really form in the presence of extreme acids. It looks like whatever did this was a massive wave of some sort of acidic substance.
This wasn't no kinda necrotic or fire or whatever. This is some kind of toxin or poison,
Yeah.
some kind of acid.
Do we know of anything that could do that?
I mean, any spellcaster could probably learn an acidic spell.
You've
Or a
seen
dragon.
You've seen Yuri cast acid bubble a couple times, or acid ball, or acid sphere, not bubble.
Yeah.
Or dragon could do this.
dragon,
yeah,
do-
vitriolic
a
sphere.
dragon
Could.
could do a lot more than
I
this.
Yeah.
suppose.
that's what
I
it
feel
was.
like, yeah.
Vitriolic sphere.
It's like a dragon would do a lot more than this, Krusk.
Well, it's a line of acid, right?
It's true.
How
it's
long
How
is
true.
that?
long is it?
It's quite long. It extends into
Oh.
the woods. You can't see
Oh,
the
never
end of it.
mind then. Krusk just turns my head toward the woods. Oh, never mind. That could have been a dragon.
Grab the top of your head.
Oh, it's just a little bit of acid. Oh.
I'm gonna send,
Oh.
I'm
never
gonna
mind.
send a flare towards where that line is. I'm gonna have him like perch from tree to tree, just kind of like do an owl, like just being like a normal owl, but going in that direction, just kind of looking through his eyes and seeing if I can find the end of it.
With his owl eyes.
Overall, as you do, to delineate with the speed that Flare can move at with his owl eyes, it looks like anywhere between, you'd have to ballpark, you don't have a measuring tape or anything, but somewhere like 80 to 100 feet.
All right.
Is there like a wall of acid spell? I've seen one for thorns, but
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could a creature do this?
Dragon.
A dragon could, I guess.
Okay, well, the only dragon that we are even aware of is that one involved with the box. Oh gosh, this isn't.
Aside from that, I wouldn't know what other kind of creature could do it.
It is searching for that box, from what we know.
That box
But
is
that
nowhere
box should
near
be
us.
in- I'm saying that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Is it should be in Waterdeep?
hopefully.
Look at the box that Casper has.
It's
No, that's in my bag of holding, you punk. Aaron,
Yeah.
can I walk over toward, not all the way, but I walk over toward like the edge of the light, looking toward the woods. Can I call out into the woods? I'd like to call out in Draconic.
Oh god.
Hey, are there any dragons in there?
Yeah, I mean, you do so.
Uh-oh. Whoopsie doopsie, Captain Eisen.
There's a light echo. There doesn't seem to be a response. Once again, it becomes eerily apparent how few animals you've seen. There's not none, but the woods are quiet.
I turn around toward them. All right, so if there is a dragon in there that doesn't want to be found, and we're gonna have to, something's gonna be going down. But there's no friendly dragons in there.
I
Oh,
could hear
good.
everything you said. I speak it, so
Oh.
Oh yeah, I just asked if there was a dragon in there.
yeah, I know.
Well, you sound like you're disappointed in me.
I'm not disappointed. I'm just worried
I'm
that
sorry.
that wasn't. It's okay, Casper. Oh no! I'm worried. Shut up, Krusk.
You're just gonna need a therapist after all this.
I'm not a mom.
Whatever you
Do we
say.
want to move a little further ahead and make camp a little further away from this?
This would have been about a couple miles, maybe. You can see it now. You are within distance where if you wanted to get to Westbridge tonight, you can. It would be maybe another 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Probably
I'm
just
in.
make it to Westbridge.
Let's
Wow,
just
you
do that then.
You could see some lights on the horizon in the dark.
Well, this acid thing is interesting, and that deer definitely had that thing happen to it. I think it's more pressing to save those people, right?
Definitely.
Yes.
We can
Yeah.
come back and see if there's anything going on the way back. We have to go back to Yori anyway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we have to go back that way, for sure.
I turn
Okay.
around. All right, well, we'll come back in a day or two.
Casper.
If you want to talk then.
Casper.
Oh, yeah?
Enough.
I'm sorry.
Darn it.
So what was that?
I said fudge.
You know, we've heard you say fuck before, right?
She has like the most sheepish look on her face.
Like, you've definitely sworn in the time we've
Yeah,
been
you-
together.
Oh, she definitely has.
I'm just trying
You
to
swear like a sailor sometimes.
Oh, she absolutely 1,000% has, yes.
I'm just
Okay,
trying to be
great.
better, especially because we are a little close to where I'm from, and I'm trying to be better, especially because I've been around my father, and I'm trying to practice
You mean
to
tapping?
not. Sure, Krusk. Sure. I'm trying to be better, especially if I'm going to be seeing my mother, because you
So
just
excited to see Nana.
you don't anger the bear, and I try not to cuss in front of my mother, especially because I don't want to cuss in front of my brothers or my sister. I'd rather not.
Oh, you
I'm
got
trying
a
to be
big
a-
family.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
there's quite a few
sorry.
of us. No, you can.
Fuck, that's a
I
lot
got
of
a pretty
family.
big family too. I understand. I get
They're-
it.
I just don't want to be a bad influence on them.
What? Never.
You're not a bad influence.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather not, show my brothers that potty mouth is a good thing.
Who gives a shit?
Right.
Right? That's where I'm
I
at.
get you. I'm the eldest of 4 siblings myself.
What?
Really?
Yeah, I have three
Well, and
siblings.
how-
I have 2 brothers and a sister.
How old are they?
My oldest brother, I think he's 19. He's a wee little thing. And then my other oldest brother, he's his twin, who's also 19. He's a wee little thing. And then I got my younger sister. She's 5.
Wow.
She's
A
a baby.
literal
still,
baby.
Yeah, they're tiny. They're little.
I
makes
find it
sense.
funny that we both have twin brothers.
Oh, really? You have twins too?
Yeah. Asher and Archer. They're 8.
Oh, this is like a tiny little world, isn't it?
I'm sorry, what were their names?
Asher and Archer.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, it's that's
Little
they tried
Oh, they
making
are.
some funny names with ours too. There's Seamus, and then there's Banduin.
Are you saying
Bandwin?
my brothers have strange names?
No, I'm saying they have like the samey names, you know?
Ah, okay.
Like you had your Aster and everything, and then there's Seamus, and then there's Mandarin, you know?
Those aren't similar at all.
Oh, and then they were really trying to
Yeah,
get us
they
all
really
in the
couldn't be
same kind of thing. So they named my sister. They named her Adamina.
Adamina.
Admina.
Mhm.
That's pretty. My sister's
pretty
name is
name.
Cecilia.
None
Do
of
you,
those
do
names.
your brothers do things? Like,
Mine?
are they also thieves?
Oh, his.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, no. First off, I am a burglar. But not in the same way you say you're a burglar. I'm mostly
He's a
delve.
burger, not a burglar.
I delve through dungeon. I'm no thief. I'm no common thief. They're adventuring. They're wanting to
Did you
be
pay for that
Where'd
adventurous.
you get that wheelbarrow then?
Yeah.
I adventured
wait.
for it.
Uh-huh.
It was a pretty fucking quick adventure.
I told you I'm the fastest dwarf you'll ever see.
Oh.
I believe
Incredible.
the phrasing was, "You are the fastest dwarf in the world I've ever seen," which
That's true.
you are technically right. It's just a much smaller pool than you maybe think it is.
No.
You're also
You'll
the
never
only
fi-
dwarf
you'll
I've ever
never
met.
find-
Yeah, you are
you'll never
literally, I
find
think,
another.
to my recollection, the only noteworthy dwarf I've ever met.
You'll never find another dwarf as fast as me.
I have not found
not
another
in the
dwarf.
world.
Have you guys met Dagalt, I guess?
Oh yeah, that's true. We met a couple. We met
Didn't
the
meet
one in
him.
the fucking vault.
I fought with some.
Didn't
that
meet
were
him.
pretty Quick on their feet.
Don't
Well,
know him.
You didn't meet Baxter, and you think high of him, so.
But yeah, I don't know how fast he is. Is he fast? Is he a fast little guy? Is he a quick
No, he's
little
real
boy?
quick.
He is.
Is
He's
Baxter
the
dwarf?
fastest man I've ever seen.
Baxter-
No,
Actually-
he's a
Okay,
He-
sorry, I was confused
I'll
by
tell
this
you what.
conversation.
He
Oh,
hit
so
the
you
fourth
did-
Okay, we are
Baxter's
getting
a great
seriously
warrior.
sidetracked here.
Yeah, let's go save
This is becoming.
I assumed we've been walking and talking.
This is like a wiki dive of a conversation.
You look up and you just see like a guy
Oh, we're here.
at the edge of town staring at you all as he
Oh, we're here.
slowly looks back into the town.
Hey, sir, are there any dwarves who live here?
Can I get long rested?
You should leave this place. Yes, you would have been long rested, but
You did not answer
Hell
my
yeah.
question.
One sec.
Are there any dwarves here?
Woo!
It's incredibly relevant, and we need you to answer
I
us.
need to know so that I can meet some other, so the pool can be more than one person, so the Casper can feel good.
Oh, you did that for
did,
me?
But they turned east and went to Belliard, and you should go meet them there.
Oh, we will. Well, we have some business here.
I'd like to insight check the general vibe of this gentleman.
Yeah.
I'd like to know, does he seem worried? What are the details? Does he seem... Is this a you better move along kind of worried? Or is this a hey, get out of here while you can kind of worried?
Does it seem like there's a hint of familiarity?
Ooh, good roll.
Yeah, I got a 19. I know people. If there's one thing Ajisai knows,
them?
it's social situations.
They seem to be trembling ever so slightly. You see sewn into their cloak is a square brown patch. They seem more rattled than anything. They also seem slightly malnourished.
Hey, friend. Are they still here?
Yeah. Are you still here?
Are they still here? I think you know what I'm asking you.
I don't want to cause any trouble.
If there was trouble to be caused, where would that trouble be in your town, do you suppose?
It would be in Belliard to the east.
Yes, but...
I'm gonna cast Charm Person.
Ooh, get him.
Yeah, get him. Fucking...
All right. What's your DC?
DC 15.
Let's see if a commoner can beat that.
Fucking
Unlikely!
Really,
did
you must get out of here while you can. As he turns to you, and he seems to get a little bit more animated. They don't know you're here yet. If you move quickly, you can get by unseen.
Okay, we just want to help. I
Who are they?
promise.
Where are they?
Who are? Yes, good
When are
question.
they?
Who are
Where
they?
are they?
There's some priest and his
Deal with
men.
my question.
They came in maybe half a week ago.
Okay.
Are they wearing like armor made out of like rocks, stone, or anything like that?
I think some are, yes.
Is that patch on your clothes? Is that from them? Did they make you put that on there?
Yes, most of us wear these.
Is that like to show that you're going along with them? Is that what that is?
Yes.
But I'm getting the vibe you don't want to go along with them, do you?
I would. It is the best way to keep the most people alive, so right now we are doing what they say.
What are they making you do?
Right now they seem to just be preaching at us.
How many of them are there?
Are they building anything?
I've lost count. There's at least 3 or 4, and there's a couple that seem to come and go, but I'm not sure how far they leave.
Oh, I see.
Is the
Do you know
priest
if there's
still
a-
here?
Yes, he should be. At least one of them should be in the town square right now.
In the town square. Thank you.
Is that
Do
a
they have
dragon in
a-
your woods?
Let's
I
get
haven't
this
been
info.
dragons here in a long time.
Okay, all right. Just make
Do these people have a place that they like gather to maybe like sleep or whatever? Like any place we could find them all gathered up?
They've mostly taken some of the still standing buildings as their bases of operations.
Okay.
All right. Well, maybe you should hide or something.
Yeah, listen.
You shouldn't cause it. Lots of people
Listen,
are going to die.
Friend, listen. We have kind of made a career out of specifically coming and finding these guys. These are our guys.
Beating them up
We get them.
real bad.
We've done it. We killed their
They
leader.
have like maybe most of the village is rallied in the square. It's 40 or so, maybe more.
How long?
Okay.
I
When you
don't
say
know how
rally-
many will make it out alive.
Is that just for now, or are they being all held there?
At some point, they'll be dismissed, but not for long.
Well, then maybe. The
Why are
fastest
you
dwarf.
here on the edge of town?
I'm to tend to some of the farming that needs doing. They need food. And I also use this as an opportunity to
Are you not
turn
even
away anyone who might.
Oh,
might want to make a silly mistake.
Well,
Is there anything actually in Belliard, or do you find that to be just the safest place?
it's not
That's
here,
just
I
the
think.
next.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just not here is the point.
It's
I know.
far.
Yeah.
A few days distance
Well-
could make a difference.
We're gonna tell you what, if it helps you, and I can't believe I'm saying this, we will not cause a big immediate ruckus. However, this is the fastest dwarf in the world I've ever met. Puts hands on Casper's shoulders. And this boy is gonna follow some guys around, and he's gonna find out when the best time with the lowest risk is to attack him, so we can get him, and then we can get you guys out of here, or not out of here. Really, it's your choice what you do.
Get them out of here.
Whoever them ends up being most convenient. We're gonna get them, as in the cultists, out of here, as in life, or we're gonna get them, as in you guys, out of here, as in this town. It's really all the same.
I've seen people like you come before. Immediately, people of the village tried to declare themselves heroes, travelers, adventurers. And they tried doing anything they could, and they did nothing.
You
Sir,
haven't seen the real thing yet.
we have a unique connection to these cults. We're not part of them,
Yeah.
I should clarify. But we're uniquely opposed to them.
I'd never think that of you, dear.
Oh.
We're uniquely opposed to them, and we're trying to free the people, all the people, from their reign and what they plan. So, we will not cause harm to these villagers, to your people, and we're going to do everything that we can to get this priest and his followers out of here, by whatever means necessary. I promise you can trust us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I just can't believe you.
Well,
I
Do,
understand.
do as you will. I can't stop you.
that is where this was gonna go. We're not really asking for permission, but you
No,
keep your
we're
head down. You
gonna
didn't
tell
see
him.
us.
I will wait here until the sound subsides.
If there was a place in town that might be a bit quiet, that if we needed to sneak in and stay for a bit while we figure out the best way to do this, is there a place they maybe wouldn't look, like an abandoned house or like a fully
Most
stocked
houses are
restaurant?
abandoned currently. The earthquakes did a lot of damage to the foundations of the buildings here.
Right.
So, most people have been staying either in the inn or in some of the homesteads out in the fields, and he gestures out and you see spotted, even in the darkness, or in the dim light, I guess, you do see a few homes with what looks like fires lit in fireplaces off in the distance, just a few little specks on the horizon.
All right.
If you wanted to get in silently, there's plenty of angles you could come from. Most of the city is uninhabited currently, or town, I should say.
Thank you. Truly.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw you.
Yeah. Until
So,
later, when we succeed, in which case you saw the heck out of us.
He gives you kind of a half smile that turns into a pained grimace for a moment before he just grabs. He's got just a staff that he's been carrying kind of out in the fields, and he hunkers down and sits next to some of the rocks in the makeshift kind of fence wall he's standing near.
Casper,
Yeah.
here's what we gotta do. Every time we've gone in and we've attacked the cults, we've always had to worry about the fact that we're in their bases. It's always been, there could be more of them behind every door, and when we found their leaders, it was, we gotta kill them because they have the home field advantage. But this time, what we need to do is we need you to go and try to find whoever seems to be the head honcho here. And we need to watch them long enough to figure out when they're at their most defenseless, maybe alone, and we need to get some answers about what exactly they're doing. And you're our best bet for doing this.
Okay. All right.
I have an idea that can give him an edge. I could go with him. I'm rather silent myself, and I can cast pass without a trace. So then,
Yeah.
gives us an extra advantage on that.
Could you like pass without a trace and then turn into an animal?
We could do the trick we did before.
We could.
I was gonna say, like, I could carry you in.
That is true. Yeah, the spell will still last if I'm an animal. The smallest is most likely I could become a snake again and just hang out around your shoulders.
Yeah, I could do that.
We could do that.
You guys want to use the broom? Or do you
I
want to just go in on foot?
Well, I was thinking if something happened and there was like some alarm there, maybe you could broom someone in to save us because we'll die.
Yeah. If Casper needs to
That's
get out
fair.
of there, he's basically the most mobile of us on his own.
Mhm.
He is
I
the
could always-
fastest
Rush in
dwarf
there
of all
with-
the one dwarf I've met.
I could always bamf out my wings and get away fairly quickly.
Yeah.
So
So we need to get close to where they say that they're meeting, and we'll all hang back, and you guys try to get close enough to figure out what's up, figure out who's in charge, and watch them. Figure them out.
So there's like 40 of them in the center of town, right?
yeah.
Oh, another thing. I'm going to look over at that guy again, and then I'm gonna go back to them, and then I'm gonna turn my outfit into that guy's outfit
Oh, smart.
Oh, that's
with the little
brilliant.
patch on it.
Okay.
Oh, with the patch. Oh, smart.
Yeah.
That's very smart. Actually, depending on how good you are at lying and such, you might be able to pretty much just walk around like that, right?
Yeah, I could go in there and I could sneak, and if I'm found,
I
I'd be
mean,
like, oh, I'm
hopefully
just
this
looking.
village has dwarves.
How
If
good are you at lying?
If I'm sneaking around and they find me, I could be like, oh, I was just taking a shit.
Maybe Krusk could go with you?
Krusk, can you make yourself look like you have one of those patches too?
Oh yeah.
Well, then
I
that
feel
now, but would any of them recognize you? Because you're
That-
like their messiah.
Golden child. Yeah.
Oh.
You're like their
yeah.
favorite.
You're like their favorite person, yeah.
yeah, they
Yeah.
might recognize
I have that effect
you.
on a lot
Like
of
they all
people.
want to date you or something.
Shut
You're
up.
like, I like you. You're a pretty good person.
Yeah,
too.
but they
I
like
think
him
you're
a
one of my
lot.
favorite
Like they like
persons.
him too much.
Like a weird
Oh.
amount.
Yeah.
I don't understand love.
Like they want to touch his feet or something.
Yeah, like they want to draw pictures of his feet.
Yeah, like they're weird. It's very strange.
It's
That's
weird.
really
Strange that you
weird.
bring that out on people, Krusk.
Ew. That's fucking strange.
You haven't seen my feet. You can't speak to.
I'd like to
What
keep
is-
it that way.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking see your feet. No thanks.
But the
The
Let
amount
me know
that we
when you
want.
want.
Can
I mean,
you-
I kinda have,
Can you
I kind of have
disguise?
curiosity about it now.
I keep them very
Can you
clean.
okay? So you can change your clothes. Can you disguise your Kruskness? Can you like pretend to be a human or
I
something?
can be invisible.
Okay, well that erases the clothes aspect of this.
Yeah.
Because if we're
But
just gonna
other
send
than
people
the-
to sneak in,
Yeah,
I
no,
think
I
we
can't
should.
erase the Krusk.
You can't. You
Are
don't.
we a
You don't.
Negan?
For example, have like a spell that allows you to disguise the self. You
What a
being the
weirdly
self.
specific thing.
You're the self.
No,
Well, I
don't.
They said that there's like 40 people in the center of town. Me and Regan, we sneak in there. If they see me, then I'll be like, oh, I was just doing this other thing. And then if they don't, then we'll find out what's going on. We'll let you guys know, and we'll rush them through.
Yeah.
Do you want to be invisible or do you want to be, like, visible for this?
Oh, if Regan's doing her thing, I have faith in myself.
You can be just visible with a snake. You just have a snake. You're just the snake
It's
guy.
just my snake. It's just my snake
it
friend.
doesn't matter. You're just the snake guy.
I found
if
this
I-
snake.
If he's trying to sneak around and I've cast my spell, then I think we're in good shape.
Could you be a mouse?
Absolutely. Why?
Well, could you be a mouse and just like hide in his pocket?
Could be a
course
little
I could.
mouse.
Oh,
Oh.
that's probably
I've been
better
a
than being.
mouse before.
Probably better than being the snake guy.
Yeah. I wouldn't
Shame.
trust,
This is
I
just
wouldn't
my
trust
pet
you if you
snake.
came around just holding a snake.
I don't know. I feel like it's all right.
If you,
Yeah,
you could be the
Pyro
most
was sort of my
adorable.
inspiration.
You could be the most adorable little mouse, and you could sneak around with him in his pocket. You could be his little pocket mouse.
It's a
I've
shame
been a
you can't
pocket
be a
mouse
big
before.
mouse.
I think. Oh, dude, I think I even. Okay, I have code names.
All right.
Oh.
Binsk and Moo.
Yeah.
Why?
Ah, yeah, Moo is a great name for me.
Name sounds familiar.
I wish I understood the reference.
Well,
right,
there's
let's
no
go,
reference.
Bin.
It's just code names.
Okay.
Let's go,
Just
Bin.
Binskin Moo.
Where did you
Alright.
hear that name?
What? What name?
Crust pink
Maybe
sweet.
I dreamt of it once.
I swear I've heard that name before.
Okay, well, I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
Everybody be safe.
Do it.
Chord's blessing. Kick ass.
I am
You know,
low
all that
key
stuff.
making it canon
Fuck it
that
up.
I am prophetic. I have dreams. That must be
I can't believe
heated.
you're multi-classing into divination music.
We have passed
right.
3 hours, by the way.
Alright, we'll wrap soon. How are you guys getting to the town again? You're gonna sneak in and then try and blend in?
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak in, and I'm gonna try to stay to the shadows with the pass without trace. But if they find me, I'm gonna be like, oh, I was, yeah, let's go and do the thing.
Yep. As soon as I cast the spell, I'm going to wild shape into a mouse.
Alright, so you two together. Krusk, you're going with them? Or are you staying?
No.
Yeah, we're gonna
I'll,
we're gonna stay in one group back here, and those two are gonna go in and
Yep.
do it again. No need to. Like, frankly, the more of us get involved, the more levels of complication there are. So
Yeah.
this group is going to try to sneak in such a way that does not rely on being caught and fighting our way out for once.
You guys begin to make your way in the town. You can cast your spell.
Done.
Bum
And
bum.
can I get a stealth check, Casper?
Yeah.
Add +10.
Okay.
I think it's in your.
It should be
Okay.
already on you.
Oh, never. I will minus that then.
Oh, only a 27.
Oh,
You're
man.
27.
Barely
As
anything.
you
I got an 8.
you
are
start
you?
into the town, and you make your way fairly quickly in through some of the abandoned and destroyed buildings. There's small alleyways you can duck into. You pass a what looks like a wagon shop, a Wainwright's shop, where they seem to just construct and manufacture wagons. The doors open. You see some tools scattered about the ground with a half-finished wagon, seemingly just abandoned, at least for the time being. You hear murmurs almost immediately from the inside as a crowd seems to be getting spoken to. You would notice a lit building where you see a woman slowly adding a string to a bow and testing it for a moment before removing it. And they lay it down and they start carving more into the frame of the bow as they seem to be building one.
Are they very elf-like with spectac? And I'm like,
No, you're not.
I'm not looking for that right now.
You make your way and you hear calls out to the crowd. There are none who can save you here. Only submission to the cult will allow you passage into the new world we have before us. These earthquakes are merely the beginning.
Regan, isn't it weird that they call themselves a cult?
She will squeak in protest, telling him to shut up in mouse.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You have code names, you fools.
Each of you have been chosen. You've survived for a reason. But that does not mean you will remain alive under us. Some of you may die. Resolved for a grand future. Just know that. And know that any sort of resistance will be met with the utmost punishment. You see two hooded figures behind him as you peer out. You see roughly 40, 50 people all stood, mostly terrified, looking up at him. The occasional murmur from them. The two flanking the one in the middle, just kind of laughing to themselves. All of them wearing robes you've seen before. They're definitely wearing robes of the Black Earth. Behind them, off about 100 feet, you see It's hard to count at this distance, but you think 4 or 5, maybe more hobgoblins that all
Oh.
seem to just be leaning against a wall of a larger building. The double doors of the building flanked by 2 other members of the cult. You see one of them move off. You hear distant shouting, too far for you to make out clearly, as you see one of the hobgoblins escorting what looks like a halfling into a barn.
Gonna try
The
to
halfling seems to be carrying something with them quite large.
gonna try to get a little bit closer to that. Check out what's going on over there.
All right, you do so. You take your time. You flank around the outside of the city. It takes a little bit because you have to go a long way around without directly walking into people. But as the shadows cling to you, you move swiftly, and you find yourself peering around into what looks like, I guess, less of a barn, more of a stable. As you see, the animals have all been cleared out and sat next to piles and piles of discarded scraps of food is a hill giant. As the
Fuck is happening here?
by the time you reach, the halfling would have left. You see the thing they were carrying is these large piles of meat that the hill giant just reaches forward and with one handful just scoops it all up and mashes it into their mouth. Lazily. They don't seem like they're in any rush to do anything right now.
Squeak, squeaker, squeak.
Mm-hmm. If mouse looks could kill.
We just kind of watch the major people, because again, Ajisai tried to ask if we could see if they, like, when they were gonna, like, separate or anything. Are the people, like, looking like they're gonna be going off to any sort of holding room or any sort of like place of their own?
Doesn't seem like they will, at least for a while.
We'll just kind of like back away, look over toward where we saw the person with the arrow. Are there any other people that we can see that like would be holding like bows and arrows anywhere? Like anyone like perched around?
You see a couple of the hobgoblins have bows and arrows.
Okay.
So they might be some of the archers you've seen.
Oh.
You also see 1 or 2 of the cultists would have one just tucked over the front of their robes.
Upon taking in everything, looking back to Regan, doesn't seem like they're going to be going anywhere anytime soon. They're feeding that big old thing there. You think we should make our way back, or do you think we should look for anything else? Like, just give a nod if you think we should go back.
She will, like, her little mousy eyes are just gonna like dart around, like she's trying to take in the whole situation
Little mouse.
and decide what the best course of action is. She will give a reluctant little mousy nod, like
I think
very
we should,
slow nod.
I think we should try to maybe see if we can figure out more about these hobgoblins. They seem to be off a little bit away from everyone. We can maybe try to enter from over there, and maybe we can take them down. Not just us, but the others, obviously.
She'll nod.
Yeah, I think that's most likely what we need to do. Get any sort of... That thing was big. All right, let's make our way back. Let's get back over, because I need to talk to you, and I can't really talk to you like this. So let's go.
As you go back the way you came, quietly making your way past everything, you observe the patterns, movements. It looks like most of them, when you're looking at the possible enemy combatants, seem to be gathered around one building. They don't seem particularly focused on the ruins or even many of the villagers' buildings. It looks like even some of the lower level cultists seem to just be pushing people around, confident that people will not resist them.
So they're like all around like one like central building?
They seem to be particularly guarding one and then the stable next to it with the giant.
I like look to Regan. All right, nod if you think I should go and look at that building over there.
Okay. Lows are no, highs are yes. I'm rolling a d4. Yep. She will nod.
That's what I thought. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to sneak around toward said building. I'm gonna wait for like a guard to go by, and I'm gonna try to run up and like check in one of the windows.
As you start closing distance to the town, you bump into something. You impact with a very solid. It feels like you've walked into stone.
Oh.
As you start walking into, you reach out a hand, and there's nothing in front of you, but your hand finds purchase. As you feel this rough stone-like surface in front of you, and a low rumble begins to escape it.
Oh, I see. I'm going to sprint and run away.
Smart. Let's go.
I'm going to run I'm going to run away from whatever the fuck that is.
As you
and
turn
leave.
and move to run, there is a massive blast of wind as you feel air violently shunt out in every direction, and all you hear is, "You dare speak my tongue, dwarf." And I think we'll end there.
Hello. Just very low, like, hello.
There's a dragon.
What did I say? Listen to your mother, young man.
There's a
Listen,
dragon.
Look, he's
Hanging out in
actually
the fucking
excited for
town.
this. You see a look of
Hanging
excitement
out
because
of the
dragons are nice.
He's like, oh, thank God, it's just a dragon.
Exactly. He's like, oh, it's just a dragon. Dragons are nice, guys. They're nice and they're helpful.
Oh, you're.
Where did you learn this?
2 years.
You're thinking of sheep.
Definitely, you're
No, I'm thinking
You're
of
definitely
dragons.
dragon spawn. You are definitely a child of a dragon. I'm sorry. You fucking dragon sympathizer.
Sympathizer.
Xanthric would hate
I see.
Look, just because I'm trying to get the dragons to take over the banks.
So it's your fault. Ooh.
I will say he will look very
that's a deep
excited after
reference.
hearing that. After hearing
Ooh.
that thing grumble, he will be very excited now.
There's
Hmm.
invisible dragon in the town.
Are
This
we
is
gonna
how it
fight a
takes
Durgan?
now. Bro,
I don't
think we're
know.
ready to- I don't
Depending
know
on
if we're
what
ready to
dragon
fight
it
a
is,
Durgan.
maybe not.
I'd
He's
really
our
like if
friend.
it wasn't
Yeah.
the dragon that I'm thinking of. I'd
He's
really
our
like
friend,
that.
guys.
I'd really.
I don't know, it was an invisible dragon.
Yeah, he's our friend.
Good
Mm.
fucking
This
game
poor
back,
fucking
y'all.
town.
I know, dude. I was
Yeah.
thinking it. I was like, oh, these poor fuckers.
With a fucking giant and a dragon.
I know.
All I
Plus
got
some
to do,
cultists.
all I got to do is tell him what went down, and he'll understand it. He'll help us.
They have a gang of Vogons.
It'll
What are
be
we gonna do?
cool.
Point and laugh, guys. It's how you get.
Hear this
So
echo.
Here, welcome the
Oh.
dragon.
Oh, I super hope I super hope he isn't gonna immediately just try to eat me, and I can say something to him first.
Oh. I'm noting.
I hate that
shall
we have to wait 2
see.
weeks to find out. Assuming
He's just gonna
the
open his
universe
maw.
doesn't explode.
He's just gonna open his maw and acid breath both of us.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh no, Mom's gonna be so mad.
Why is it doing
Good
this?
fucking game. I'm so
Uh,
happy.
I
that
love
that-
as soon as we were like, let's go check out that place. You were like, all right, highs is yes. I'm like, please high.
Dude, I'm like, listen. It was either do what Hayden wanted to do or what Regan knew was the right thing to do. Lows were what Regan knew was the right thing to do. High was let my whims take me.
Amazing.
Ugh.
But it's hard to say no to Regan. So
All right. I think we're gonna stop the recording for the YouTube side of things.
Oh, good game,
Fun.
y'all.
Yeah.
So fun. I
Fun.
punched Krusk in the face and everything.
Fuck yeah, you
Great.
did.
Yeah,
I
you
kicked
did.
Maxine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Abusing our friend.
And I'm starting to have visions. I decided that I didn't intend to go anywhere.
Amazing.
I just wanted to say things, that's all. Okay, well, people at YouTube, hello. This is the first game of 2023, isn't it?
Hey, it is.
Oh yeah.
Tekken will be back with more Game of 2023. That's what this
We sure
campaign's
will.
called now. It's called Game of 2023.
God.
Again, we'll be back for the next one in 2 weeks. Also, Vestige is back this Saturday. Also, heckin' stuff and junk and stuff. Heckin' to tune in for when the stuff is on, so that the junk can be seen with the stuff.
Gosh darn.
I remember how to
Yep.
do this.
Yeah.
Tune in to stuff your junk.
Stuff and junk. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Adios.